Well, you know that high's the reverse of low, and that heat's the reverse to snow. Therefore reverse flash should be slow. Only know Barry's glove supplies are running low. Only hate that Iris acts like a hoe. Only know reverse flash should be slow. And he's just not slow. Set a particle accelerator up on your ass, hoping Barry's effects will last. But you don't run slow, you just run so fast. I see it when I close my eyes. I think I finally understand why Harrison Wells always lies. Well, you know that high's the reverse of low, and if you hate Cisco, then you blow. Therefore reverse flash should be slow. Only know Barry's glove supplies are running low, and I love John Wesley's ship on any show. Only know reverse flash should be slow. Staring at Wells' wheels in the dark, I'm scared Grodd will eat my heart, but you'll make sure Eddie's life will last. I wonder if you move fast in your sleep. Surely that pace has difficult upkeep, 'cause you ran too much, now you need deep heat. Well, you know that high's the reverse of low. Can't wait till Ray joins the show. Therefore reverse flash should be slow. Only know Barry's glove supplies are running low, and I love John Wesley's ship on any show. Only know reverse flash should be slow. And he's just not slow. No, no, no. And he's just not slow. No, 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 no. No, he's just not slow. Well, you know that high's the reverse of low. I can't wait till Ray joins the show. Therefore reverse flash should be slow. Only know Barry's glove supplies are running low, and I love John Wesley's ship on any show. Only know reverse flash should be slow. Well, you know Firestormy kinda glows, and I'm in love with Caitlin Snow. Therefore reverse flash should be slow. Only know Barry's glove supplies are running low, and please don't kill off Joe. Only know reverse flash should be slow. And he's just not slow. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Whatever time of day you've chosen to join us here, and however you've tuned in, we thank you on behalf of everyone here from the Batcave. I'm your host, Red Thunder Adam Gerard, and joining me, as always, into the quest into things DC, Batman, and it seems questioning about life and oddly penises quite a lot. The Dad Knight Braden Ahern.
Hello.
The Honey Vegetarian Neil.
That's me.
And some shitbag in the corner we call the Probie, Matt Richards.
G'day.
He's slowly getting more and more dejected as the episodes go on.
Yeah, no, it's
training. It's paying off.
I know it's slightly sociopathic, and I know that term because I read about it in one of my
big tomes.
Yeah, one of my tomes. I mean, I don't obviously understand it because empathy is just
it's weird.
Empathy, compassion. I don't understand these terms, but it kind of makes me feel like like some of my heroes, the true great serial killers who really broke people down mentally.
Yeah.
I feel like I get to just aspire to be great by destroying Matt.
It's working.
Yeah.
I have one thing to say to that.
What's the matter? Scared of a little lightning? I'm not overly fond of what follows.
Thunder buddies for life, right, Johnny?
Fucking right.
All right, come on, let's sing the thunder song.
All right.
When you hear the sound of thunder, don't you get too scared. Just grab your thunder buddy and say these magic words. Fuck you, thunder, you can suck my dick. You can't get me thunder because you're just God's farts.
You just need that one clip of that "fuck you, thunder."
Yeah, I think they'll be in Probie's soundboard Mark III.
So I see Probie's updated and adapted the soundboard for this week's episode.
It's good.
I don't know how I feel about him getting so big for his britches.
Well, it's a sign of evolution, you know, adapt,
Or
assess,
perish.
survive. So it's good. I mean,
Self-preservation.
it's good. He's learning. That's what we need. Most kids his age aren't prepared to adapt like that.
If it helps, I haven't singularly targeted you out this week, Red Thunder. I have got one here for the Dad Night, and I have got one here for the Honey Badger. So when the time comes, we'll hear the other two.
I really don't like that he seems like he's plotting now.
I think he's actually
Coming across as some criminal mastermind. I'm worried that I've done too good a job, and now he wants to be like me, like hero worship.
Yeah.
This is training day, and I'm Denzel.
You will love it, sir.
If only, see, I wish it was a different movie because then I could be 12 for this shit. But instead, I'm like, I'm gonna do drugs and be corrupt, and then I'm gonna shoot you in the face, white boy. Thanks for the Oscar. That was great. Yeah. Funny how I finally got one when I played Gritty Black. It's almost like you wouldn't give me one if I played anything except a gangster. But I digress.
Yeah, social commentary is now a thing.
No, we're more insult everyone.
Pretty much. We're not like that. We just hate everyone equally.
Yeah, we're not biased.
We're not biased at all. That's the word. You and your $5 words.
I see his words when they work half as much as mine.
Oh my goodness, I'm not looking forward to this. Okay, I have to kill the honey badger with an LMG? What? How big is this honey badger? Okay, I guess I gotta follow the blood trail. Honey badger? Oh my goodness! He killed a rhinoceros!
That's the problem.
No way. Okay. That's standard with the honey badger, I guess. Oh my goodness, he killed a wolf! This honey badger's brutal!
He's kind of becoming entertaining.
Did you guys hear that?
I don't like
Help
the fact
me!
he has any level
What?
of power or responsibility.
Why are you running? What do you mean, help me?
He's an
Oh, there he is! Ah, look how adorable he is!
It's alright.
Uh-oh.
I'll
You're gonna-
only drop
Oh
this
my god, he
once.
just
I don't-
one-hit
I
that
think I'll
guy!
just make shorter ones.
Hello, honey badger! Hello, honey badger! This thing!
This
How
is
does
better.
this
We can't
thing-
expect perfection.
What?
from
Okay,
you.
calm down, honey badger. Jesus Christ, honey badger, calm down! Honey badger, I don't want to hurt
I like to
you!
think of
Oh
you
shit,
as
okay,
kind of
you
like
can't hurt me from here, can you?
We go out into
You
the
can't
city
hurt
and
me, honey
we find
badger!
different places.
You can't. Ah!
No matter how
Jesus
hard you try to cut it
Christ!
down, it
Just
just breaks
kill me!
Fair enough. I'll do better next time.
I would appreciate that. Anyway, how are we this week, guys?
I'm good.
Better than last week,
Yep.
Yeah?
that's for sure.
Have you recovered?
Is that because you don't have brain aids this week? You've had your
Shots?
inoculation?
Yeah,
You got your shots,
it's
you got the
going,
medication?
It's going.
It's regressing? Fantastic.
Although, I'm going to out you. Not in that way.
Not yet.
You have a wife and a kid. I don't think we're at that point yet. You haven't hit the 40-year crisis where you're like, do I really like chicks? I don't know.
I need to buy myself a convertible and listen to David Hasselhoff.
That fucking song. We're not going to start on that. What I was going to out the man for was that before we started this show,
Hey,
Dad
come
night,
on, come on.
what did you put on to make your kids watch? I know it was a punishment, but what did you put on to make your kids watch?
This is wow.
Justice League New Frontier.
Someone called Docs. Someone called the
Like,
Department of...
legit, man.
That's
That
rough.
is
That's elephant making love to a cat rough.
that is beyond Probie
I once went into hospital and had an issue with the base of my spine, and I had to have a doctor, had to give me a surprise rectal exam, and the guy had like 8 knuckles. That was nicer. I don't think he used lube either. I forgot. I don't even know if he was wearing a glove at the time, so he was a no glover. But anyway, I digress. My point here being, Braden, that was nicer than what you just did to your kids.
Hey, look, they're going to learn from it, all right?
You can't learn from shit.
You are such the Batman school of parenting. Master Wayne, Master Grayson was shot tonight. Did he die? No. Then he'll learn.
Like, I wouldn't even
That's horrible.
put my kids through that amount of torture. That's borderline.
That's abusive.
Yeah, that is abusive.
I don't
Actually,
even think I'd
I'm-
put the GIMP through that.
I'm pretty sure they used New Frontier at Guantanamo Bay.
They used New Frontier to turn away the boats.
That is true. They actually just have that like just on a projection.
That's how
screen.
Tony Abbott did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you come to Australia, the first 2
Thing.
days you have to watch New Frontier
On
over and
loop.
over on a loop over and over again for 2 days before you're even processed into the.
That explains why they
detention
can't
centre.
speak English very well after those first few
Is
days,
that-
because that thing would...
They keep calling each other Ace.
Yeah. Yeah, or
Showing
like,
no
why
emotion.
isn't he wearing leather jackets? Why are you all expressing emotion? I'm very confused.
Everyone's mesmerized by fire. That's why they keep doing riots and things like that.
Jesus, that
Setting
makes
things on
me
fire
suck.
so they can trip each other out.
I forgot about the fire until just then. Like I said, I deleted that thing after we talked straight. The minute we stopped talking about that last week, my brain was just like purge. And you keep saying this shit, and now I have to bleach the inside of my head tonight because it's coming back. I don't want those synapses firing.
You did bring it up.
You did bring it up.
Yeah,
Mind
that's
you,
it.
mind you,
We
that
could've
was-
just left it.
Mind you, that was Braden's fault that caused Adam to bring it up.
That
Right,
is
he
true.
put it in my short-term memory.
That's horrible. Why would you do that?
Bad at your job,
And
Braden.
plus, I'm clearly
I
sociopathic,
apologise.
and I'm going to make the world burn. So fuck you, I'm taking it with me. All right. Well, if everybody's had a good week, that's a good thing. So I guess we could start off with this week on TV, and when we come back from our intro package, we're going to have a very special surprise.
My name is Oliver Queen. After 5 years in hell, I have come home with only one goal: to save my city. To the rest of Starling City, I am someone else. I am something else.
My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive. A friend recently gave me the idea for a new name, and something tells me it's gonna catch on.
James Gordon, Alfred Pennyworth. We're gonna get the guy that did this, sir. New boy, are you? You'd say. Good luck, mate.
Probie.
What?
Now we're coming back with the big news that we have a new voice bringing us Gotham every week. I know it's hard to believe that I would ever give up my chance to talk more, but see, the way I look at it is, instead of talking, I now get to critique somebody and point out just how pathetic at life they are.
You know, it's pretty funny. You don't need a reason to critique people. You just walk down the street. Hey, you! Pick better jeans.
Your
No one-
face.
Your face.
Yeah, and then I high-five the closest person to me, who's just like, he called it. He said, like, I've seen your face. I'm looking at it
least
right
someone
now.
said it.
Like, shit, man, wear a burqa. We'd all be, I think the world would be a lot more tolerant if not just Muslims, but ugly people had to wear burqas as well. Because then you'd be like, oh, maybe they're not ISIS, maybe they're just a fat McDonald's eating fucker.
That's a bit rude.
Sorry, you're right. ISIS, you suck. Now, but before we get into you giving us our recap, I do have something I want to point out. Just listening to the intro package there. Anybody else notice how high Barry Allen is saying his name in that?
Yeah, I think
my name is Barry Allen.
I think it's like episode 6 or 7. I said to you, I'm sick of the intro because he sounds like that surfer dude.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Someone gave me an idea for a name. I think it's gonna catch on.
Give me the Doritos, Cisco.
I'll get you tacos.
I wonder, but what strength would the weed have to be? Because you know his bloodstream would burn it off so quickly. It's just like he's like that's what the Firestorm's whole like combustion core is, just weed for Barry to inhale and be like, oh yeah, 10 minutes, man, I'm gonna eat some shit.
Can you imagine the amount of Doritos he would literally eat?
I can. I also like the way you enunciate Doritos. Say that again.
Doritos.
Doritos. Nacho cheese.
I'm waiting for you now to be the bloody
The voice of,
yeah. Coming next from Doritos.
Doritos.
Cheeto flavor.
Triple cheese, thunder flavor. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you win. All All right. Well, here we go, guys. Get your pencils out. Get the scorecards out. We're going to have to critique him
I
afterwards.
put
His
some
first
Easter eggs
one.
in the review for him as well.
It's his first. It's his first one. So here we go.
retyped some of it.
Here we go. Take it away, Probie, with your first ever recap.
All right, Gotham. Despite
What?
Gordon...
Hey, what episode is it? What number is it?
Title of the episode, don't forget.
Come on. Come on.
Fuck.
Come on, Probie.
It's episode 19, and it's Beast of Prey.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I think we need to put a whiteboard over his side as well,
Yeah, we'll put one of them up for him.
eventually.
No,
I
you
say
won't.
whiteboard, it'll just be like a shitty piece of slate.
It'll be like...
You have to scratch it on with a
it'll be-
nail.
it'll be
An extra
some-
sketch?
It'll be some newspaper that's got a pencil drawing on it to read it. So like I have to get up really close to try and
And it's
find
all
out.
in Pictionary form as well,
Yeah.
so you have to actually guess the
It's
words.
all in
Don't
haiku.
you? Sorry, man.
All right, start again. Gotham, episode 19, Best of Prey. Beast of Prey, sorry. I fucked it up again.
I've come to expect this.
Oh, God damn it. Anyway, moving right along. Despite Gordon's warning, Bruce still goes after Payne with Selena's help. Reginald confesses that he was hired by Wayne Enterprises' board of directors. When he claims to tell them that Bruce is coming after them, Selena pushes him off the window, presumably killing him. Gordon and Bullock investigate a cold case murder. Upon Enigma discovering a painting of a broken heart as the key evidence, Bullock realizes that the serial killer called the Ogre, Milo
Just call him Miley V.
Ventimiglia. Oh,
You prick, Terry. That
I had
was
the actor's
gold.
name in there, so I actually put it in there.
that is
Yeah, I'm gonna
rough.
give this a crack. Hang on, because I can enunciate these things really well normally. Let's give it a go.
Ventimiglia.
Ventimiglia. That's how it's done. It's film school, bitches.
I'm sorry,
Calling
I'm not a
Peter
film.
Petrelli.
I'm sorry, I'm not a film school dropout. Anyway, the ogre is behind the murders. Harvey then states that everyone who tried to investigate Ogre lost their loved ones, and a flashback of a victimized girl reveals killer's motives and keeping her prisoner for some time to realize she isn't fit with his desires, and so he kills her. Meanwhile, Oswald negotiates with bar's owner Alaska McFadden to do business, but his real intention is to kill Maroney in this bar. Mooney succeeds to escape with the rest of the crew from Dollmakers or Dollmarshers, whatever you want to call it, island, but was shot during the takeoff by the catcher. It is then revealed that Gordon was set up by Commissioner Loeb, but Gordon still goes after the killer and threatens Loeb that he will be next.
Cool.
B minus.
Yeah, that was
We'll give
pretty
you a B
shit.
minus. That's
It's
fair.
okay. You did well.
Hmm.
You did well. You didn't do great, but you did well. You can always get better. You should probably take that on as your life motto. You can always get better.
Just
That's what the president tells.
just like print it off and like blue tack it to my window every
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah, you can do
You
better.
can do better.
Exactly.
Put it in my my rear view mirror
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time I like look out the back
Yeah,
of my
you
car.
can do
You
better.
can do better.
I think
Hit
that
that
every time I
Mercedes.
look at my Probie, I think, yeah, you could do better. More towards me, as in like we could probably do better.
If we put an ad in like the trade papers instead of Craigslist, we'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly. We just picked some scumbag off the street. That's our problem.
And you
Anyway.
just lost your electrician.
Anyway, did anybody else really hate the fact that this had the most stereotypical Italian nana ever? I want my daughter back, and then I'm gonna slap her.
She's
Speak
fallen
like
in
this,
love with a silver tongue guitar. Wait, that was a weird
What was
version of
Christopher Walken?
Yeah, that's
I
like
will-
this fork in there.
I love
Here, I want my daughter back.
The thing is,
Penguin.
I could actually see Christopher Walken in that role as well.
But then
And
again,
the thing is, I would have enjoyed the episode more.
Yeah, it's Peggle.
There is no lie in that. It's a filler app. Let's be honest. It had
It
more.
has too many storylines and it knows what to do with.
Yeah, it's got. We came up with inverse Gotham syndrome. This is some weird inverse Gotham syndrome.
Inception
Where,
Gotham Syndrome.
yeah, it's Conception. It's Gothception. It's got way too many storylines going at once. It's got what this episode had was we had Reggie, the Reggie Bruce storyline.
Mhm.
Yep. Reggie Alfred. Then we've got Penguin's storyline. Then we've got Fisher's storyline. Then we've also got Gordon's storyline, and you've got the storyline of Gordon catching the killer, and you've got
the killer storyline himself.
Yeah, and so you have almost 6. Then you've got the Loeb Gordon. So you've
They
got
just
6.
need to go Gordon, one other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got like 6 storylines in a 45-minute show.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's way too much. There's not enough detail being given to each story.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Gotham has been suffering that problem since day one.
I wouldn't say since day one. I'd say about
5.
the last 12 episodes.
Day 5.
Day 5. Week 5. Yeah.
They've always had a problem with too many storylines
Since the
going
5th
on at once.
Tuesday.
It's because they don't know what they don't. I don't think they know where they're
can't pace
going.
themselves.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah.
No.
It's like prom all over again. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of called it last week when I was talking to you guys. I don't know if it was on air or off air, but I was expecting my review for my first Gotham review on the show, and that it was going to be a shit episode, and it was.
So you brought this on us.
I did. I probed it onto you.
I think you'd probe it into me, but anyway.
In, same thing.
Swings and roundabouts.
I had there was a couple of problems that sort of like leapt out at me right from the start. Was Fish Mooney's eye kept changing colour.
Ooh.
It went from dark.
I actually had this one down, so get your soundboard ready and fire up my sound clip for me. Oh, jeez, doesn't even know where the buttons are on his own bloody sound.
Ah, my nipples, they hurt! They hurt when I twist them!
That's right, this was twisting my bat nips this week, let me tell you. They're sore from it, because you're right. Her eye changed shape, colour and size 3 times. 3!
Yeah.
3!
Yeah, I did notice it the once. I missed it.
3.
I know there was 3.
3.
The last one was actually going back to.
I just want to interrupt you here and just say 3.
Just in case, how many times was that?
3!
3.
Jeez.
Just quietly, it was 3.
Yeah.
Continue, Probie.
Tres.
Please, 3s continue.
3s continue.
Yeah, the last time it changed, it went back to the pale blue.
Yeah.
When it first got
the
changed.
spooky pale
one.
Yeah.
But if you look right at the start, it's a darker colour.
It's green.
And then it goes green, and then it goes to the light blue.
Yeah. And it goes from being like the eye is meant to be too big for a head.
Yeah.
I get that. So normally the iris goes not the iris from Flash. The iris is in the part of the pupil. Normally extends beyond her eyelids.
Yeah.
This one was going like it did that. Stay consistent with that, but the overall shape of it was just going like slightly big, like
Oh shit!
like 7 foot tall guy eye, midget eye.
I know what's happened. They had a Probie
Makeup
controlling the contacts.
An eye probie.
They had an eye probie.
A probe eye.
an optical probe.
And 3 times he dropped the cushion that was holding Fish Mooney's eye contacts. And so
It's pretty much like the pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean.
I just love the idea that you think on film sets there's a dude walking around with a pillow with the contacts on it at all times. Just like, I have the contacts.
Yeah.
The director's just like, stay, wait. When I say action, you take those contacts in, boy.
Yeah.
Action. Get me a coffee.
Yeah. You went to film school, didn't you? Anyway.
What do you think of this episode, bro?
Filler, yeah, it's the same. I'm glad that the ogre's coming back next week because I quite like Milo Ventimiglia.
Hang on. Spin that screen around a bit more towards me. Ventimiglia.
Yeah, him.
Ventimiglia.
I'm very fond of him from the TV series Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where he played Peter Petrelli, and yeah, he was very bland, I guess, in this.
That was kind of the point, though. He's playing. Sorry to interject.
He's Christian Grey.
It's beyond that. He's playing He's playing the textbook kind of sociopath that say American Psycho when they wrote the book, and then Christian Bale's film. It's based on that style where they are they're cold and emotionless and scary, but they fake it until they get you in their trap. And that's why he's in the club. He's so kind of like, yeah, I'm this and that. But then when he's back in his lair, he just becomes the predator where it's all behind the eyes and it's all the, like that fear that you can see that she's in, yet she doesn't have marks on her or anything. So clearly he's never hit her. He's just gone nuts. Yeah, he's going to become intense. And I think that's what he was trying to portray was that, that almost... The way I've always put it, and the way that I've always been able to diffuse fights whenever I've got in them is somebody comes at you really mad and you're intensely like, if you would like to go, we can take this outside and I'll throw your face into the pavement. Because they instantly are like, why is this guy so... Like, if this guy's calm enough to just be like, let's do it, but I'm coming back in here and finishing my dinner, you don't want to fuck with that guy because he probably knows what he's doing. And I think that's what he was trying to get across was that, that kind of intense, like, don't, if you fuck this up, I'll kill you. So,
I want to see more from him. I'm glad he's back next week. Well, I'm assuming next week anyway. Favourite moment in the episode, which I'm sure you guys will agree, was at the ending, Jim going up to Loeb saying, I'm coming after you.
No, that was my second favourite.
Second favourite? All right.
I like Selena pushing Reggie out the window.
Yeah, that's what I
and
I
Bruce
would say that was probably my second favourite.
Bruce trying to do it.
Didn't see that coming, that's for sure.
No,
I love the fact
did not see that coming.
I like that. That's almost like a corruption of Selena Kyle.
Well, it shows the difference between the two of them. One is prepared to go to the absolute extreme, and the other one does not have it to kill. And I also think it was ultimately, she knows Bruce will never do it. But she also knows this piece of shit needs to be dead for them to be safe.
Well, that's the sort of funny thing. Like, I can look at it the other way. Bruce was getting really close to doing it. And then Selena took it upon herself to actually go, you know what, you just keep your hands clean.
So he's a millionaire child. Like.
Yeah, but I also think Selena, as much as she says she hates Bruce, she very clearly...
She loves him. Yeah. She wants to be dick. So it's just one of those... Like we're all in agreement. It's like she's willing to take that hit for Bruce.
Yeah, she always has
a very clean image. He's part of the Waynes. He's the last surviving Wayne. So, she probably thinks...
I think she somewhat respects this kid that, he's a millionaire, but he's out there trying to... Alfred can't do it, I need to find this guy. And, we're even laughing at when he's like, I went to all the shooting galleries, but he's not at anywhere they have bullet ranges or guns. It's just like, you need to get out more.
Bruce.
Oh, you poor uneducated bastard.
But good depiction of a smack addict.
Very good. I mean...
And medicine, I love the fact they called it medicine because that's just so.
I've
known some meth heads in my time.
I still know some meth heads, and they refer to it as their medicine.
Their medicine.
It's what they need to get by. So what I've actually noticed in a lot of TV shows, especially Gotham, they portray addicts, alcoholics with somewhat with dignity. They don't go over the edge with them. They just give you a very real, honest portrayal of it. Like,
they normally make them broken and sympathetic as opposed to... But the reason they do bad things is because they're addicts. Like, that was the feeling I get is that Reggie's not a bad person. He's just
an addict.
Yeah.
And, with the CW's portrayal of alcoholism with Laurel, it was done in a very respectful way.
Yeah.
So that's just it. I think it's that dynamic shift in displaying these things has changed, where if you go back to the 80s and 90s and stuff, it's always... just really dirty insult. It's very insulting.
Yeah.
So, if you're...
Well, also, they were normally just dead. You didn't see him do anything. They just tend to be like, yeah, this smackhead's dead. What from? Smack. he had all the smack that he could find. He went smack crazy.
And all the
marijuana
as well.
He ate a bag full of weed and now he's dead.
Any identification? Any relatives?
No, he's a smackhead.
Who cares? He's a smackhead.
No, he won't have any. We'll have smoked them. Now let's take this to court. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, 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 now.
So I mean, to be honest,
here's one for your fucking soundboard. Where's my Law and Order sound effects? I want that, and I want.
Mark 3.
All right, good. They better be.
Yeah. By the time, at the end of the year, Mark 47 soundboard will come up with 250 buttons.
I think Adam and I had a discussion on this later on that, in a year's time, I'd have 3 tablets all in front of me.
Yeah, exactly.
So many soundboards.
He'll be our oracle with fucking soundboards.
So in other words, we have to shoot him in the spine?
In fact, I won't.
Yeah, like I haven't already got that planned. Come on. It's week 19 of training. Lose your legs. Learn to walk again. If you really want to walk, you'll find a way.
It's on your bulging disc. Yeah.
Yeah, he just needs to... I'm going to throw him at the bottom of a pit. Some old bloke will tie him up to a rock, and then I'll set off a device and tell him he's got X amount of time to get back to his city.
But at the same time, during that dedicated amount of time, he has to put a big bat signal in petrol on a wall.
No, that was there from earlier. I think you already did that earlier.
It's prep work. But anyway, this episode...
That was from a few years before, just in case. He was like, someday this is going to come in handy. He's like a chess player. He's 6 moves ahead.
He couldn't see the fucking Bane, dumbass Bane come along?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, what are you going to say? Nothing.
All I have to say is that The Dark Knight Rises is trash, so don't try to find logic in it.
This episode of Gotham, though, complete filler. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, just to be generous, to be honest.
That's not the glove system.
Yeah, give it the glove system.
Give it the glove system? 6 out of 10 gloves. There you go.
And Adam is beating his head against the desk.
There it is.
Oh, God.
You're a dickhead.
No, that's the thing. I mean, normally we give it a whole glove system. That's fine. But I have to set up a limit of gloves.
Giving out 6 gloves. How fast are we going to throw our glove suppliers? You're going to go through them quicker than Barry Allen.
No. Yeah, well, obviously we'll go through them quicker than Barry. He only wears one at a time.
Instantly, every time we're using it, we're using double what Barry uses.
Yeah, straight up the way.
Except for last week, we used like 1,000,000 times what Barry uses.
No, it's because we get out boxes of gloves, crates of gloves.
Industrial packs of gloves.
Just to fit the golden glove.
Yeah.
No, the gold glove is not made of other gloves. It's made of gold. We took all the gold from the world. Did you listen last week, Probie?
Damn it! Review your shit.
Have you got that list of all the bloody award winners yet? I gave you 7 days. What, you got to work or something? Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, I do. And I have 2 beautiful children to feed.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, here comes the sob story. Oh, I've got kids. Blah! Yeah. I've got a car and shoes. What, do you think you're better than me?
Well, yeah, I do.
Really? Because you know what I've got that you don't have? Freedom, bitch. I'm fucking America over here. I'm as free as shit. I got an eagle sitting on my arm, and you're over there in fucking Russia being like,
I'm sorry,
he's free,
yeah.
Where is my bird?
You've got an eagle sitting on your arm.
He's Superman.
Yeah.
The last person I saw with an eagle sitting on his arm was working for someone.
Yeah, government
Superman.
Oh, yeah.
So
doesn't matter.
So what you're saying is that you've got
I'm working for
freedom
Cabana
because you're
Productions.
Superman, and I'm way down because I'm Batman?
No, you're in Mother Russia where you don't even like. You're like, I want the bird. That's how far behind it is. That's your entire life. It's just like, please bring me birds. I want my bird.
What about my bird?
Whereas I'm free. I'm free to be like, do I want a bird? Do I not want a bird? I can choose multiple birds because that's my fucking right as a free man.
So does that mean?
The president tells you so.
So he chooses to be a
Fuck
slave?
the president because I'm a Democrat.
I love how this has gone completely from Gotham right now.
It's because the episode sucked, so it's better to talk about anything besides this.
It is true. All right, I will be better at my job next week.
That's doubtful.
Oh, fuck. I was going to say I was going to have Soundboard Mark 3 up. I'll do my reviews of the previous episodes, and I'll do the Barbara and Cranston
Go through everything. Fucking hell, he's game.
Oh, you set the challenge, man. And when you come in here, he's got a full tally. You'll be like, damn.
I'm like, wow, that's a solid C+.
No matter what he can do, he's just C+.
You can do better.
Did you burn it into wood?
Did you engrave it into marble?
Yeah, did you bring me a steel pillar made of the tears of children?
There's not a shield up on the wall that has little plaques with engraved names of the Barbaras and the Gordons.
That's because you haven't done it yet.
That happens at the end of the year. And then we send you to
America. Yeah, at the end of the year, you'll be tasked with moltenly fashioning me a statuette award that we can keep. And if it's not perfect, if there's a blemish on it, Probie, I swear to God, Braden, tell us about Flash. You don't tell us about Flash, Terry does.
You're bad at your job, Adam.
Hey! Oh, God.
Fuck y'all. I quit the show.
Yay!
Alright, fine. Fuck y'all. I'm back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Flash episode 18, All-Star Team-Up. As Barry works in conjunction with Joe and Eddie to stop crimes across the city, an engineering professor is attacked and killed by a swarm of bees at a local university. While the team searches for a metahuman that can control bees, Felicity arrives with Ray in his atom suit, looking for assistance to improve with the suit. The team tracks another bee attack, but Barry is too late and is attacked by the swarm. The team captures one of the bees, which turns out to be a robot, and their metahuman is just a disgruntled scientist named Bree Larvin from Mercury Labs, who is targeting other former employees. Barry struggles with whether he can trust Cisco and Caitlin, not knowing if they are working for Reverse Flash or not, or the Inverse Flash.
That's better.
During the next bee attack, Barry goes after Bree and Ray, as Adam goes attempts to stop the bees from killing Dr. Tina McGee, who is the head of Mercury Labs. Felicity taps into the wireless frequency for the bees so that she can disable them, while Barry captures Bree. Later, Barry informs Caitlin and Cisco that Dr. Wells is the Inverse Flash. Caitlin does not want to believe, but Cisco reveals he's been having vivid dreams, which are actually memories from the original timeline where Wells kills him. And that was episode 18.
You know what I really don't like about Ray Palmer being called the Atom? I don't listen when anybody else speaks, and so I just hear Adam, and I think people are saying Adam, and I'm like, what? You know, they're not talking to me, and I have to just completely zen back out, and it makes it really annoying, because it means I have to listen to you say things for like 3-4 words.
Well, you know what he should be called after this episode?
Superman?
Captain Cheesy.
Oh.
Say what, bitch?
Captain Cheesy.
You want to take us to the street
in this episode?
Are you...
Yeah, he was...
What?
I love Ray Palmer because of that. I
love Ray Palmer before this episode. Now it just went too far. When you combine him with Cisco, I was like, no, that's enough.
That's the point.
I love him.
No, you know what?
Oh my god!
You know what?
Wait.
You're getting it.
Kids! Children who have messy rooms, go to Arkham Asylum.
Don't forget to make my dinner with extra justice. Do it! Don't forget to wash behind your ears.
Kayla. Suck me, beautiful. Riley! Pick up the toys! Somebody might fall over!
Well then!
Fuck off.
I love that.
Oh, God. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Plain and simple, you're an idiot. You get two geeks in a room.
You're talking to him.
No, I'm talking to you!
Why? Because of that or because of Captain Cheesy?
Oh, my God! See, the point's over in the far east or in the far west right now.
See, I'm looking pretty good right now, aren't I?
Shut up, Probie.
Okay. Let's do it. Hang on, Braden. I'm just going to warm up my arm a bit. Now, let me make sure I've got this right. Your problem with Ray Palmer is that he fits in so well with the team at Star Labs that he will eventually lead, particularly Cisco, who will end up becoming his best friend, that this upsets you, even though at the moment we're stuck with Harrison Wells, who's none of that, and even though we all, every week...
Like Harrison
hang on, just don't you fucking make me madder! Whereas every week, we also unanimously agree that the best thing that ever happens on Arrow, and that ever has happened on Arrow, is the bromance between bloody Diggle and Ollie. This was a bloody bromance of Ray Palmer and Cisco, who I'm going to now call Risco.
Hashtag Risco, there it is. It's not going to last. He's going off on his own city. Who cares?
You're an idiot.
No,
Who invited this pleb on the show?
It just annoyed me. It bugged me a bit. And then at the end of... I mean, I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
If you keep this up, you will be demoted to Probie. Not even senior Probie. Apprentice Probie.
Apprentice Probie?
Apprentice Probie. Jesus.
No, Apprentice Probie.
Jumping ahead to the end of Arrow when he's like all sad and stuff, and it's just not believable because he's just cheesy all the time.
No, he's only cheesy on the Flash.
That's the idea
Have
of
you
the
not noticed?
Flash.
It's
It's cheesy. It's Wisconsin.
But if you notice that when he's all sad and mopey on Arrow, it's not...
It's Felicity.
Exactly, it's Felicity. It's not Arrow that's causing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, and the other reason he's all happy and cheesy.
There's the jealousy between Oliver and Ray.
Because in Central
Felicity.
City, it was just him, so he knew for that whole... Where Havilon they're in Central, it was
That one day.
He was shrinking up and down and going in and out of her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was once again having a shave, a shower, and smoke.
He didn't have anyone that she also liked sitting there and having a lone private talk with, where she was awkwardly like, "You're the one I trust."
And they're very clearly as well. They're clearly trying to make it very much that we want to see Cisco and Ray together, because why would you put that on both Flash and Arrow?
Yeah.
You wouldn't put that scene in unless you were like, we need to get people used to the fact these two dudes are going to bro out.
Yeah.
Because look at what was it? The bees that were robotic or
Yeah.
whatever, and they're both like, awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, and they came up with the name for Bree, Bug-Eyed Bandit, together at the same time. So it's like they sync up.
And then same again on
which
Flash.
one?
Oh, sorry,
Arrow.
Arrow.
When they're in the
at the end of Arrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you feed them in here?
It's a question that I had, like, when I first came here. It was fucking awesome. I was just like...
Yeah, exactly. Ray's the best.
Yeah.
Ray's awesome.
And I also love he comes, like, flying when he first arrives.
It's a plane, it's a bird.
He lands and
Hi,
then he's
my
like,
friend.
"Hi, I'm Ray."
So, hang on. Let me just get this
You know what that moment reminded me of?
What?
The end of New Frontier. Hi, I'm Aquaman.
Oh, you're a player.
Okay,
Oh my God!
I'm gonna...
Did you eat cyanide this week and melt your brain?
No. He's still got suffering
Brain
symptoms
ache. He
of
must,
brain
man.
ache.
Because shit,
This is residual brain ache.
concussion
Yeah.
must be something.
I wanna put it
See a
to-
doctor.
I want to put it.
These symptoms are persisting.
I want to put it this way: is that we've got 3 votes for Ray, 1 vote against Ray.
I actually
Braden,
think
you're
we've
an
got
idiot.
2.5 votes.
All right, sorry, 2.5 votes. I'll take that.
Come on.
2.5 votes for
I'm
Ray.
not against Ray. All I'm saying was he annoyed me this week.
Don't care.
As long as he doesn't get you Barbara, because if he gets you Barbara, you
have issues.
and I are going to have the problems that bloody Wells and knowing whether or not he can walk are going to have.
But I think
he's,
Wells,
he's not getting my Barbara, don't worry.
this Wells this week went to
just
lift his
annoyed
foot
me
off the
as
chair
usual.
again.
Yeah, he did.
He went to lift his foot off the chair.
I know, I saw it.
He's getting sloppy now.
Sloppy work.
He's getting real sloppy.
Yes. I'm going to get this
work.
B. I might stand up and do it. What
I
was
think
he thinking?
it's because he knows that
He knows Barry knows.
he knows Barry knows.
knows
and
Barry.
he knows
Barry.
that Barry has the capability of going back into the past again,
Yeah.
or now, should I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's sort of like, I don't care anymore. He's getting to the point where I can use him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also like the fact that Cisco's getting those residual memories, sort of like we saw in the
Well, I
Flashpoint
think,
paradox.
How does that work, though?
I think it's coming from 2 things, 'cause I was just about to bring that up. Firstly being that the universes in both realistic science and comic book science, universes vibrate on different frequencies. Cisco is vibe.
Okay, yep.
And if you consider that this week, just to jump ahead to Arrow, since the 2 kind of tie into each other, we now have the fact that you don't necessarily have to be affected by the particle accelerator to become a meta. Cisco may actually have had something that happened, whether it be in Barry's time jump or something that has activated the vibe effects, and I think he's actually getting, when anything happens, that because they keep happening in that room. That wherever he is, he's getting them. So I think he's getting the vibrations from other dimensions, and it's kind of shifting into his brain and making him see. It's the start of his superpowers, is what I'm...
Yeah.
Superpowers.
Superpowers. So I'm kind of excited for Cisco because Cisco is one of my favourite characters of across the board on all 3.
Yep.
So I like the fact that Caitlin as well, she's like the true believer out of all of them. I believe in Wells. Wells 2016 sort of thing, you know. So
I think we'll be seeing that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? She's like the true believer of Wells. She's like the true disciple.
And that's why she's going to be the one that he ultimately does. Like he's either going to turn her into Killer Frost or kill her, and she's going to have to be turned into Killer Frost to keep her alive.
Yep, that's it. So it's one of those things.
That's the
but, I mean,
betrayal.
it was a fair decent episode.
Yeah, it was.
It's good. I mean, it's nice that Flash is actually starting to pump out some decent stuff.
I did like the fact that it got a little bit darker, and even like as I said, I like when you break the 4th wall cleverly. And Felicity making that comment, I thought Central City was supposed to be the fun one.
Yeah.
is because you would say that if you go to it. It's like, I thought LA is meant to be fun.
Yeah.
It's not something you would say offhanded, but it's just that comment where you're like, that's better than, yeah, man, we've known that since week 4. It's like week 4. I'm going to get back on that again, but week 4, I'm still pissed off about week 4.
That's fine. I've been waiting to use that one since week 1. The Weather Wizard comment?
Yeah, Weather Wizard.
Yeah, that was week 1. Yeah, I've been waiting for you to use that one since week 1.
No, that wasn't the problem. It was later in the episode he talked about you caught a guy who, Girder or whatever, and he was like, that was like week 4.
Yeah, it was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Still mad about that.
I'm still trying. I'm just catching up onto the page. I'm just getting to the page where you're at. That's all.
Man, you need to be quicker. I thought honey badgers were fast.
No, just savage.
Honey badgers don't give a shit.
There it is. There it is.
You're not playing it again.
No, I'm not.
But you know, I don't know.
I will hit you.
Yeah,
I will read across this.
As I said once.
I don't know how you can hate the episode though, bro. When basically
this
entire no, hear me out. This entire episode was written to basically have us be like, this is how awesome the Atom actually is.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, both these 2 episodes were. How fucking sick is Ray Palmer?
I'm looking forward to getting the ability to go small.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well, that's because when he said that, like, why do I'm kind of partial to the Atom, and then he made this hand symbol like he's shrinking. It's like, you don't shrink yet, dumbass.
But wait a minute.
We know he's going to get his own show, and after this week, I was like, I'm kind of doubting the show.
Yeah, but I don't think he will get his own show. I think he'll be Flash's buddy because it'll be the two of them on the same show. Yeah. He'll be able to stay in Star Labs and then come out when he needs him.
They've already said he's going to be in the new spin-off.
Yeah, and the new but they've also said the new spin-off isn't actually a TV series. They're not saying shit about it. It's basically, from what I gather, it's a mini-series.
Yeah, it's like a one-shot almost, isn't it?
It's the paradox.
Yeah.
Because they've said this season doesn't end the paradox. Well, you're not going to build season 1 writing to season 4 this heavily. The paradox then is season 2. Yeah. It has to be in season 2. So if you
season 2 of Flash and season 4 of Arrow are supposed to set up this spin-off.
Yeah, and that's my point. It's the paradox. That's why Sarah's still alive and all this other shit is going on. That's why Sid, because they've only said that the dude who plays Cold is in it, and he's just listed as Cold. Not Captain Cold, Cold.
Yeah.
Which to me is basically like, okay, that's Citizen Cold.
Yeah.
You are doing the paradox.
Yeah.
So that's what that season is. So that's why that season doesn't matter to anything. Of course, Ray's going to be in it. Ray's in it because they'll probably rewrite something so Ray is the only hero there.
So because we'd have to have Arsenal, but will Arsenal be a bad guy? Is he meant to be in it?
You get too literal on the comics. I think sometimes, like you get to the source material where you're like, but in the episode that I saw, Arsenal was
because you know how Arsenal, Colton Haynes is pegged to be in it. Is that the miniseries that we're talking about?
No, Colton Haynes is done with
he's done completely.
He's got nothing to do. Sorry. To just go back, because Terry's now talking about something we talked about 4 hours ago. Colton Haynes is tapped to be in the Teen Titans, which is on a completely different network. Yep. It's just developed by the same guys.
Right. Okay,
whereas as far as Arsenal, as far as we know, because they're not going to announce anything that he's doing until 2016.
Right, okay. Yep.
As far as we know, Colton Haynes is literally Roy Harper is gone from this show. He comes back for one more episode this season.
Oh, okay.
And he is
gone.
He's gone.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
If he turns up on this Teen Titans, I would not be surprised simply because you would need to break your ties completely with the CW to be on whatever network, on TNT or whatever network it's on.
Right, okay.
So that's why I wouldn't be surprised if the actor is transitioning to another network to play either that character or a similar character.
Okay.
But you're not going to see him in the Paradox. It's like Sarah, Ray, Citizen Cold. One of the other villains so far have been that are in it, but that's all we know for sure. So it's one of those situations where, not at the moment, not enough is known to know what it is, which is even more why I think it's the Paradox, because otherwise, look at Supergirl. Supergirl is coming out the same time as this miniseries.
Right.
And they're already being
it's not a CW series.
No, it's not, but what I'm saying is the same guys created it, and they're already being like, here's the girl we cast as Supergirl, and it's coming, and it's going to be about this, and this is what you can expect, and it's going to be fun, and whatever else. Yep. Same amount, it comes on TV the exact same time as this unnamed show. So they, as in the creators, already know what that show is. They're just not telling us because it would spoil something. So that's my money. It is an entirely Paradox, one season in the summer Paradox thing that somehow ties shit up till we come back.
Right.
And may even be a prototype to test whether or not they can do, or you might find Braden might be right about Ray and the fact that Ray is on the Flash, and then in the winter, as it were, he's on his own show.
Oh, so the miniseries is set in the off-season for these three?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's what I could see. That's what I could see happening is that if the Atom ever does have his own show, he will still be on a tent pole, by either Flash or Arrow.
Yep.
But then in the off-season, you'll have Atom.
Okay, cool. Is the off-season shorter than the normal season?
No.
Oh, it's pretty much exactly the same.
We got 24 eps either way. You normally look at maybe say 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks get missed all up. So it's a little over 50, so you might get an overlap, but normally no. I'd probably say you'd look at maybe 24 for your standards, and they'll probably do 12 or 20.
Yep.
For the others.
So
I wouldn't mean to try to say 12.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone still gets a break and stuff. But yeah, that's what I would say it'll be, and that's why it would make sense for Ray to be in it, because he's still going to become a hero theoretically. He's still kind of destined to do that, because they keep pointing out that everything is kind of destiny. Oliver's not going to be there, because Ollie will have died in the island. Barry's not going to be there because he's caused the paradox. So you're still going to need a hero who's known, and that's your Ray.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, but back to abusing Braden some more. I still don't understand how you can say Ray Palmer was bad in this episode.
I didn't say he was bad. I said he annoyed me.
I don't
cheesy.
get that.
It just bugged me.
It was so good though. So good.
But is it cheesy because you're used to him being on Arrow, where he's all like, "Yeah, I'm building a suit."
I think it might even be part of because at the moment Flash is starting to get, I guess, a little bit darker.
Yep.
And then it's just gone, "Hi, I'm Ray."
Like Rocky and Bullwinkle style. I think they sort of the Flash is the sort of TV show that I think always kind of needs that.
Yeah.
Because
but that's what Cisco's for.
And you can't really break kayfabe by having Ray go all of a sudden from "Hi, I'm Ray, I'm awesome, and I'm upbeat" to "I'm manic depressed Ray."
Yeah, basically on Arrow, he's dark Tony Stark.
I get the kind of feeling that Ray Palmer's meant, like, he isn't dumb, he's just oblivious to everything.
Yeah.
So he's always like, he's always smiling, so like he can't tell that Barry's upset with Wells and whatever, so he's just like, "Hey, go on everybody, I'm Ray, how good is it to be a superhero?"
It could be
that's the other thing, you got to think, Barry's had a year of doing this.
Yeah.
Ollie's had 3 years of doing this. Ray's had like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So to him, it is still like, holy shit, I get to kick guys. It's amazing.
If you look at it that way, right at the start when Barry became the Flash, he was like, "I'm going to do so much good," and now he's like, "Really, holy fuck, this is
really
really, really deep."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he started getting that this week from Ray, where Ollie, we'll get into this in a minute, but you know, it basically is one giant, almost super ep this. But you know, where Ollie's like, "You're going to die, Ray."
Yeah.
If you don't pull your head out of your ass, you are going to die.
Yep.
And that's what I think this episode was almost setting up, was because you have to have Ray be all like, "Derp-de-der, how good am I?" for this episode for Ollie to be like, "You're going to die, dumbass."
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah, I voted and you're wrong, Braden. That's just like Iron Man 3, you are wrong.
No. I was right then.
Anyways,
moving on.
My bird. I want my bird.
All right, well, now I'll throw it over to you, Braden, to tell us about this week's Arrow.
Broken Arrow, this episode was called. So with Roy arrested for being the Arrow, the district attorney decides not to charge Oliver with any crime. In prison, Roy fends off attacks from the other inmates, while Oliver and his team plot to break Roy out of prison, as well as determined to stop metahuman Jake Simmons. Captain Lance obtains a search warrant for Verdant and uncovers Oliver's hideout.
Gotcha, you son of a bitch.
Though he only finds Roy's fingerprints. Oliver enlists Ray's help in stopping the metahuman. After a failed first attempt, Oliver and Ray sync their movements through a neural network, but when the network malfunctions during the battle, Ray defeats Simmons himself and places him under Star Labs custody. With the help of former Argus agent, Roy fakes his own murder so the public believes the Arrow is dead and Oliver Queen innocent. As a result, Roy is forced to leave the city, and then Ra's al Ghul, I'm going to say Ra's al Ghul because you say inverse Flash, so get fucked. Raz visits Thea, and after a brief fight, he mortally wounds her with his sword. And in our flashbacks, Oliver infiltrates Argus to stop Waller, only discover that she did not send the men after him, It was actually done by General Shreve, who plans to release the virus in Hong Kong. Oliver Sayo and Tatsu steal the vaccine, as well as plans for how Shreve plans to infect the city.
All right, well, Terry can go back. He just attempted a bit of a premature butter there.
I call shenanigans.
Call shenanigans on which, exactly?
Amanda Waller. She's a whore. We can't trust her.
No, of course not.
I call shenanigans.
I call great episode.
Oh, yeah, great episode.
Yeah, I enjoyed the episode.
Couple of things. Yeah?
Oh, God.
What did you like? Diggle was too fucking good this week?
No, he was too black. That's what that was.
What's your problem this week, Brayden?
No. Diggle's fun, sweet. Diggle's good. It's all
right. Felicity didn't wear hair up enough this week. 0 stars.
Not enough boob. Needs more boob.
There's never enough boob.
Wasn't enough neurotic.
Not enough smoke.
Not enough smoke.
Did you have a problem with it? Legit? Because I wonder if I need to punch you this week. You don't? Okay, good.
But I was happy.
Pack my bags. I'm going to Victoria. In fact, just don't pack anything. I'll just rock up. 10 out of 10 for the ending, though.
More than just the ending. This whole episode built and built.
But I didn't see that ending coming.
No, I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see that coming.
We are still going down Batman story tracks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. This season is just Batman.
Yeah.
Arrow.
But I think what they're trying to do, because it built with the Prison Break thing, is Oliver is meant to be the hardest human being. Like, the fact that he's like, I'm going to go break Roy out of prison. And at no point does anybody go, you can't do that. Everybody's just like, Luke, just stop. Stop and think, because if you do that, you're going to get caught. But no, everybody's literally just like, yeah, you will. Even Diggle's like, yeah, you probably will break him out of prison. That's true, but you'll get caught.
You'll get caught, yeah.
And like that was I absolutely loved Diggle this week for that. Like the moment where he stops Oliver, he's like, think. And Ollie starts firing up, and as opposed to everybody else in this show, who the minute Oliver gets mad is just like, yeah, well, fuck you, I'll fire up too. Diggle's just like, hey, I understand how mad you are. I want to get him too, but this is not the way.
It's almost as if he should be a illuminating force.
He's almost like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
a green-tinged illuminating. What illuminates?
A lantern?
Yes. A verdant lantern? No, Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's a good name.
That's a good name.
Along with Green Arrow.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of...
And the Arrow is officially dead this week as well. Like, not as in the man, the title. The title Arrow is officially dead.
So what's going to be the title card for next week? Is it going to be Diggle?
I think the show will always be Arrow, but I think he will become Green Arrow by next season. Because I think they're now starting to lighten Ollie. Are they going to start lightening Ollie a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't really see how they're going to do it, because I mean, I know I've seen the pictures and things like that, his new suit, and
I haven't seen the new suit.
Oh, I haven't seen the new suit.
You haven't seen the new suit?
No.
Well, the
where's my super suit?
Not the darker one.
I'm not talking about Diggles. I'm talking about Ollie's.
Yeah. You're not talking about the League of Assassins looking one.
Yeah,
oh no, that's
no.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about like next season he'll go into like ultra green and
hyper green.
Like he'll be comic book green,
not Smallville green. GA.
What like he'll
God,
basically once he's retired the race thing. Once the race is all wrapped up, it'll be like I'm going back to my city, but I can't be the Arrow. It's time to be something else.
Retire the race thing.
He can actually disband, as the head of the League of Assassins, he could have the power to disband the League of Assassins.
Or pass it on to somebody else. Most likely Nissa.
Yeah, probably Nissa. Oh, isn't she... Doesn't she become part of the Birds of Prey? Oh, no, that's...
That's Tatsu.
Tatsu, that's the one.
Tatsu and Sarah. So Dinah is in the Birds of Prey as well.
Yeah, so, well, there you go. So, yeah, might very well be
Huntress.
Nissa.
Huntress?
Yep, Huntress is one.
I just like how, going back to saying, Ollie is like the biggest dude that could like fucking break out of prison, and yet when he pushed Diggle in, like when Diggle was just like, no bitch, you can't do that, and Ollie had to push Diggle, like he struggled to push Diggle.
Yeah, but it's not about size, as Batman
like
proves against Bane.
Yeah,
it's not about size.
I know, but like,
I know what you
just
mean.
like Diggle was like the tank.
Diggle's just like the Hulk. He's Doomsday.
And like when you see him when he's crossed his arms and he's got like thumbs under like beside each pec, and it's just like
the Diggle arm cross pros is legitimately my favorite thing. Like when like they're talking about Ray's fighting skills, and Ollie's like, you're gonna get killed. You fight like crap, and Ray's like, no, I don't, and just cuts to a shot of Diggle with his arm crossed, just shaking his head like, you fight like shit, man.
Just like...
That's the thing as well, when he's trying to calm down, Ollie's like, Ollie, man. He says it like 4 times. I was like, man, he's really stressed about this. Ollie, man, look, man, I know you're upset, man. I want to break Roy 2 out, man. But, man, you got to think, man. You got to trust us, man.
It was great. I mean, the whole episode was full of these little twists and turns, like when they went down to the Arrow Cave, or the Quiver, whatever you want to call it. And they found only Roy's prints. Yeah. It's like, well, Captain Lance, stop being a little bitch.
Oh. And like, you put all this crap on display.
Hang on.
Ah, my nipples, they hurt! They hurt when I twist them!
Yeah, that's one thing that really annoyed me. It's just
annoyed you? Don't you mean twist your bat nips?
Twisted my fucking nips right off. Like, I swear I've got a tear mark around my nips from just how annoyed I am.
Looks like a piece of pepperoni. Oh, he's forgotten.
No, I've forgotten.
What are you talking about? Lance.
Fucking Lance. Fuck.
Yep.
I am so sick of his little bullshit quests against Ollie. I'm done. I'm over it.
Even that other cop sort of pulled him up on it this
week. I think
week.
that's his superior, because that's the former...
No, it was his fellow captain.
That was the former captain from the last 2 seasons.
That was the one that when he got busted down was kind of like... Still his buddy, but was like, you've been busted for a reason. I think that was kind of the thing, was like his buddy coming in and being like, it'd be like, I guess Gordon and Bullock, with Bullock coming in and being like,
man.
Jim, you're going a bit hardcore in this vendetta.
That dude's been in like 5 times.
Yeah.
In the last 3 episodes, just saying, dude, you need to chill with this being witty shit.
Yeah.
And get over your personal vendetta against Ola, because it has failed so many times, and it will come to a point where I think even Laurel brings it up. Like, you could sue Lance for like
harassment
and defamation and all that sort of shit.
Lance is dead soon anyway.
Oh, yeah, but he's fucking pissing me off. I'm so sick of Lance.
I miss season 2 Lance.
Yeah.
Season 2, beginning of 3.
This is just, I'm angry my daughter's died. I can't be angry at my other daughter, so I'll take it out on Oliver. Sorry, what were you saying, bro?
End of 1 to beginning of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm you're a little fucking whiny bitch.
Yeah, I'll
Damn
agree with
good
that.
actor, though. Damn good actor.
Good actor, but I hate him.
Yeah. But okay, well let's talk about the big twists and big moments of it. Not nipple twists, just the plot twists.
Yeah.
Of this show. Which first of all, Roy fights off in probably the best fight scene this show's had yet. Fights off a bunch of inmates and just takes them to town, and then proceeds to get stabbed later on by what we thought was a guard.
Yeah.
It turns out that no, Team Arrow have just pulled one over on Ollie so that he won't be able to.
Yep.
You know. I think the point of it was that so that both Thea and Ollie would seem genuine when Lance turned up.
Yeah. Yeah, plausible deniability,
Yeah.
Yep.
And so Roy is still alive, and he has to leave the city, but he wants Oliver to tell Thea that he's alive and that he does care, but he has to do what he has to do because it's his way of repaying Oliver for everything he's done for him. And after a nice hug session, everybody leaves. Or I should say Roy leaves, everybody goes home. And then in Thea's apartment, we see Raish Al Ghul.
How do you pronounce that again?
Raish Al Ghul turns up and proceeds to Raish.
With his friend Reverse Flash.
And proceeds to do the one arm behind the back Kung Fu master stuff that I love.
Yeah.
And then after incanting a chant over Thea, drives a sword through her and leaves her for dead.
Bastard.
Dead.
Bastard.
Yeah.
CW presents Under the Red Hood.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, that's where this is kind of going.
I think you're looking at
Well,
Roy.
you've seen the trailer for next week's episode.
Yes.
Yeah, Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, considering that Roy had the Mirakuru, it's the Roy Mirakuru storyline, but because Roy's gone now and you've redeemed him, you don't need him, and you're going to do the same thing with Speedy.
Yeah.
And this is what turns her into Speedy. We'll be training with Arrow, we'll make her Speedy, and then it'll be like, yeah, now I can be lighthearted because I'm out here with my family.
Yeah. Yep. So you'll get...
As opposed to like, I need to do everything to protect Thea. Now it's like, well, she's right here. Pretty fucking easy to protect her when she's next to me.
And she's trained, so,
Yep.
you know.
Most of the work's done already.
Yeah. Thanks, Malcolm.
It almost makes sense. It'd be stupid not to.
And she gets a red hood, doesn't she?
Well, we don't know what colour her mask is yet. We just know that she's getting fitted for one.
I was just saying as red hood. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
The death stares that are coming out of Adam's eyes right now.
No, he's just being a dick.
But no, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
This episode was everything that Braden should have thought the last one was as well.
Yeah.
This episode just further goes to prove how wrong Braden was about
The last episode was good too. It's
about
just,
Adam.
You're talking about the last episode of Arrow? Or
No, I'm just talking about the Flash. The last thing we previewed, which you were wrong about because the Adam's amazing.
I do like how they're sort of developing the Ray character as well. How they're actually he's essentially Barry but in Arrowville. So
yeah,
he's the plucky one because Ollie didn't come back all plucky going, I'm going to save the city and all that. So he was kind of like that, but he was still dark and broody, whereas Ray's very much that other side of the coin.
What I liked about this episode was at the end when they had Ray and Cisco down in the pipeline, putting him away,
asking the one question,
and they both came up with a name for the villain.
Yeah, at the same time.
At the same time, I thought that was really good.
What was the name they gave him?
Deathbeam or something, or
no, it wasn't
Death Blast.
I can't remember.
It was Dead something.
It was Dead
Death
something.
Stare?
No,
Death Stare?
No, I don't know.
I'll look it up.
But yeah,
talk amongst yourselves. I'll look it up.
But you know, it was awesome. Ray was just like, yeah, let's come up with a name together. That's fucking awesome.
And he asked the question that a lot of us do ask, like, you know, how do they? Who feeds them?
Down
Where
there?
do they go to the toilet?
Yeah.
And even Cisco's face was like, I
Same person who feeds a gimp.
No, Harrison just goes down there and experiments on him. So I do like the fact that how essentially a metahuman from Central City has sort of traversed over to Star City or Starling City, and how they're actually like linking these two worlds.
Death Bolt.
So I like how they're actually linking those sort of together, like in a more fixed way, where they're actually not going. Not only are these two in the same universe, they're neighboring cities. Yeah. So you can have that possibility of like literal villain crossovers. Like we had a villain crossover with the Clock King, wasn't it? I think it was.
Yes, the Clock
King.
King.
We did. Yeah.
So I mean, but like when that happened, we didn't really think about it too much because it wasn't a real hardcore. He was sort of like the villain of the week, but he wasn't. Whereas Deathbolt was.
Yeah.
So, you know, linking these two franchises together like that is quite
There is,
quite
though,
good.
a problem that comes with linking them together, and it happened in this week's episode.
Okay.
And I thought they'd done so well to avoid it up until now, and it just... this episode hurts my brain when they do this sort of stuff.
A lot of things hurt your brain.
And it's because... Yeah, well, I've got MS. Fuck you. It's because continuity doesn't work when you... Like, first of all, the episodes are out of whack already. So, you know, this week's Flash was meant to take place last week, before last week's Arrow.
Ah, okay.
So we're already out of whack. But my problem with this is that...
They still fell into line.
They sort of, because the first 3 minutes of this episode almost take place before anything happened in Central City, because it deals with the fact that Ray said, I love you to Felicity and whatever
that's
else.
Right, I picked that up.
So that happens in the first few minutes. Then shit starts happening at around what I imagine must be around the same time, because Ray and Felicity aren't around for the next few scenes. It's just Ollie and whatever else. And then they turn back up when the villain's there and whatever. Like, they don't turn back up; they're just there.
Yeah.
So they're obviously back.
Because comics.
So it's been and now it's all happening after this, after the episode of The Flash.
It's the paradox.
So you know, it just it didn't make, and the reason that the lineup didn't make sense as well as this episode deals with the aftermath of Ray having all these nanites and shit in him. Yeah, but the Flash thing had nothing to do with that, and the suit worked in last week's Arrow, but didn't work in the Flash because he was meant to have it fixed in last week's Arrow to have that fight against the Arrow last week.
Yeah.
So this week would make more sense. But yeah, that, and so yeah, like I say, and then in the last few minutes, Felicity makes comment to Ollie that Barry can't help because he's tied up with his own problems. So it's like, well, where if I want to sit down and watch this story, where do I watch this episode?
It's almost kind of
because it fits.
Yeah,
it's like I have to watch 5 minutes here, then pause it, put another. Like I'll get two screens going at once.
Yeah.
Then I'll watch 6 minutes of this episode, The Flash. Then I'll go back to 14 minutes of this. Then I'll go over there. And then I need to watch this preview trailer for this. And I need to go over there. It's like, for fuck's sake, just give it to me so I can watch it.
Yeah. I
agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just gives me the shits.
Yeah.
Continuity, man. Continuity.
Yeah. It's a very simple thing to fuck up, though, I think.
It shouldn't be.
But it seems
It
like
shouldn't be when you've got... what's the continuity? We have a comic book. We have a literal storyline. That's visual fucking guide.
But that's the thing. I mean, that's what we've sort of witnessed over the course of the last 20 odd episodes now.
Yeah.
That we've done this show.
24.
Yeah, it's almost up to quarter of a century. So like that we've noticed in with Gotham and just other little stuff. So it's one of those simple things you can get right all the time, but if you're not paying attention, will fuck you in the ass.
Yeah, and this episode it just didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. It was a bloody good episode.
Good, yeah, that's what I mean. I can look past it, but it's that sort of stuff. I'm like, I understand what you're doing, but if I want to go back and watch this independently after,
it's the fly in the ointment.
Yeah.
So this can annoy you, but Ray can't annoy Braden.
Well, there's a
what's up with that?
There's a large difference because continuity
is an actual format difference when you write, and I assume all these people have been sent to
being
schools
overly
where they
cheesy
taught
is a
things.
thing too. Jeez.
Yeah.
Being overly cheesy is an opinion. That's like being like, so Braden can be upset about fascism, but Adam can't be upset that gravity pulls him down. Gravity exists. Gravity, Braden's upset that he bought. Braden's upset that he bought a packet of M&Ms and it had one fewer red ones than he wanted. But Adam's upset that
he has to pay tax.
Yeah, they have to pay tax, which is the same thing basically. I want to know why you're allowed to speak. Shut up.
You put a mic in front of him, man.
I'm so glad that I can just get you on a rant just by saying that one line.
It's easy.
It's awesome.
It's easy.
Well, fuck you all. I'm going to pick a rant if you want. I'll rant all night. This can be an all-rant podcast.
The rant cast.
Don't you stop. I'll start on you next.
I've been reasonably free and clear. Reasonably. Compared to normal.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just...
because you don't have any stupid opinions this week.
I know, the night is young. Even though Matt isn't.
Whoa, wow. That is true. He's old and decrepit.
I am too old for this shit.
All right. Well, that wraps us up for this week's TV. So let's take a quick one and hand out our TV awards.
Yo.
So who's got some Barbaras for this week?
Well, my Barbara is going towards the episode of Gotham. Just the whole episode.
Okay.
Because you had how many weeks to go? How many weeks they had off? Was it like 2, 3, 4?
A year.
A year? You had a year to write a good, strong comeback episode.
Oh, they'd already written and filmed this.
Just to, huh?
They had written and filmed that well before they went on break. That's the worst part about it is like,
come back
that's what they decided to come back with.
Yeah.
They could have fixed it in the time they had, and they were like, nah, perfect. Fucking perfect.
What saved...
Go down the road, get me a Coke, because this is perfect.
Basically, the only thing that saved that, like, for a TV show, was, once again, setting, lighting, music. That's it.
Yep.
And
that's it.
Jim Gordon in the last 5 minutes.
That's it.
As is every episode of Gotham.
Yeah,
It was at 5 minutes.
I know.
Like I said, I'm going...
It's like Prom,
I'm just
best
gonna
5
watch
minutes
the
of your
last 5
life. But, like, so my Barbara is actually going to Gotham. So, simple as that.
Wow, okay. Okay, now, I don't want yours yet because I know you're just going to steal somebody else's anyway. Braden, what have you got?
I'm going to go Ray Palmer. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me, boys. I need to catch a plane.
I think I'm actually going to go Fish Mooney. Well, maybe not just Fish Mooney.
Fish Mooney's eye?
Her entire storyline, because it can wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going on a similar sort of thing as Terry here, but I think Gotham would be okay if there wasn't as much going on. So I'm just going to go Fish. You can take a seat. Stop being a Barbara.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair call.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool, and I think that's still a valid individual opinion, even though it complimented yours like salt and pepper.
Yeah.
PB&J.
PB&J.
Yep.
Probies and like getting fisted up the arse.
No, they don't go hand in hand.
Like
no,
Chinese
they go arse
food.
and cheek.
Oh,
fist and cheek, I should say. What's your Barbara for this week, Probes?
I don't know that I want to say it because, like, I'm just going to get...
So it was Gotham, cool. He copied you guys.
No. It wasn't actually. Ha-ha. Fuckers. My Barbara goes to...
He has so much rage. It's
Captain
just unnecessary.
Lance.
Really?
Yeah.
That's shocking.
I did that like 2 weeks ago. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, what a late jumper. What a fucking late jumper.
I gave him benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, all right, it's got to get better. And then...
It didn't.
It didn't. It got worse.
It's like a herpes rash.
It got worse. Like, they fucking... Roy handed himself to Captain Lance and said, I am the Green Arrow. I am in the fucking suit. And then they fucking had only his fingerprints in the fucking Arrow Cave. And yet...
You can't
Captain
do anything.
Lance is like, I got you, you son of a bitch. And just been like,
oh, damn.
You know what? You don't have him because you got shit again. You fucking
You've made some very good points here. I won't take those away from you. But what I will say is you attempted to deny that you late jumped by going, yeah, I tried to give him a couple of weeks, but... Which pretty much says, yeah, you're right, Braden, a couple of weeks ago, and I don't want to look like I'm late jumping, but yes, I have entirely jumped on your idea 2 weeks late.
Opinion. I have my own fucking opinion for the first week, and then you go fucking mental at me because I haven't jumped onto someone else's back for once. But no, wait, you fucking have. You fucking late jumper.
You fucked me. They fucked you.
Thank you very much. My ass is now fisted. Thank you. You fisted your probie.
And that is how the pros really make somebody go on a rant. If you're going to do it right. Chad Probie.
Fuck off!
Alright, I'm going to give my Barbara for this week. This was a tough one. I really did have to think long and hard about who I was going to give my Barbara for this week too. And it's going to surprise you all.
What, Captain Lance? Fucking late jumper?
I'm going to give it to Harrison Wells.
I thought you were going to say Ray Palmer.
He did fuck all this episode, and the only thing he did was just be like, is that a B? Better get up. That's it. That's his whole contribution this week was, oh man, I like B's. No.
I'm going to grip my seat as if I'm going to shit myself and I'll put my foot down.
And I love that, like, I do, once again, further in my point that Reverse Flash should be slow. He does it so slowly. It's like, theoretically, you're fast enough to grab that beat without anybody in that room even noticing you move. But you're like, if I do it really slow, they won't see me move my foot.
He doesn't need to prepare himself. He could just be like, bang, up,
That's what
down,
I mean.
see you later.
It's like, you know when you tell your dog to get off the couch, so it does like 1 foot, and then the other foot, and it just like tries to inch its way up as though you won't see it, or like, it's without the spotlight on the helicopter's just silent. It's trying to drag itself up.
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
Mm.
So yeah, that's
how
you
just grabbed it out of like the air, like with kung fu style. Just grabbed it
with a fucking pair of fucking
chopsticks.
Oh,
delicious.
Mr. Miyagi style.
And then he and Cisco could have made a laugh about the reference too. That's just lazy writing. You just made it better. But instead he's like, better move my foot. And have you noticed, right, there's something else that I'm going to point out.
It's only his right foot that he moves?
It's always his right foot, but when you watch him take off running, Wells pushes off on his left. Go back and watch. He pushes off on his left.
Ooh, interesting.
So he's putting down he's putting down his non-dominant foot.
So
like some kind of a bloody freshman probie speedster. This is what I expect from you if you get Flash powers. Not Eobard Thorn from the 25th century running amok on the Flash's life. It's just he's got lazy sitting in that chair.
He has.
Complacent.
Yeah.
It's a shame. And that brings us to the Cranstons for TV this week.
Right.
I'm going first. Fuck you all. Cisco motherfuckers, he gets Cranston. He took the B. He saw the B coming for Ray, and he fucking just jumped straight in front of that shit.
You know, we can just edit that part out as well.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say, do either you guys want to go and just let me know which one of you he copied?
No, I'm good. No.
Yeah.
So you copied Braden, then I'm guessing.
I'm gonna pick for my Cranston Oliver Queen.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure this is the first episode we have not seen him suit up. We haven't seen him suit up.
That's because Lance confiscated his
But he
goes out and added that.
He really took a very... Like, he's normally very serious as well, but he sort of took it to another level as well, and he was very emotional, and he was struggling with a lot of things, and it sort of made me realise that Actually, no, I'm going to go one further and give it to Stephen Amell. Because even he, as an actor, since episode 1 of this series, he's really taken on this character and come out. I think he's just improved his acting immensely since he started. Yeah, he's doing a great job, and I really liked him in this episode. So,
good answer.
Mm.
Nice.
Colton Haynes. This is
of
like
course.
the third.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, if you evolve it from, say, last episode, to feel as if you have this debt to someone and you go to this extreme to pay them back. Also, I think it came across as this is also his penance for killing the police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he actually did it without drawing a lot of attention to himself, going, praise me, praise me, praise me. He just did it just straight off his own back because he felt it
He's a
needed to be
hero.
done. Yeah. It's thus far, he's like one of the 2 or 3 truest heroes on that show.
Yep.
So, like him, Diggle, and, well, Ray's an oversized puppy at this point in time. Yeah. So, he's the Grand Lantern. But, yeah, for me, Roy gets it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I actually have, for the first time ever, I'm handing out a pair of Aaron Pauls.
Ooh. Give one to
So
Laura.
the first one goes to Diggle, because like I already said,
It's Diggle.
he stood up to Ollie without being a douche.
Yeah.
And literally, he's the only, he is the ultimate calm ninja. He should be Batman, because he's just the one who's like, this just
Black
be
man.
cool, be
Calm
sensible, be
reason.
smart. Yeah. So I dig that, and any time, particularly Oliver, who's hot-headed and was always like...
Did you just say you dig that?
Yeah, I did. Like Oliver, who's hot-headed and is always, impulsive and whatnot. For somebody to actually be able to make him stop,
And think.
yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And my number 2 Aaron Paul goes to Ray fucking Palmer because Ray
fuck
Palmer
Brayden.
made Cisco more awesome, made The Flash 1,000 times more fun, fitted in Star Labs perfectly, went over between 2 shows and made them both great, kicked fucking serious ass in this episode, and also let Ollie control him remote control at no point, instead of like most heroes, like Batman wasn't in control. Hey, you shut up, boy. You shut up, boy. Do I talk during your Cranstons?
Controlling his body.
Do I talk during your Cranstons? No, I do not,
Just because
sir.
you're not having Cranstons. These are Aaron Pauls.
How dare you, sir? 2 Aaron Crowells make a Bryan Cranston. That is how it works.
Well,
That
I'm
is
only
just
talking through
science.
one of them, so I'm not.
Anyway, so he allowed himself to do what no other hero would do. Batman would not allow himself to go into a suit and be like, all right, somebody else control me inside this.
Because he doesn't need to.
Whereas Ray is like, this is fucking cool. And you can say he doesn't need to, but he just learned how to fight from that.
Yeah.
Oliver just trained him how to fight inside a fighting robot to teach his body how to move.
Yep.
That is the best training you can get.
Yeah.
And he got
That's
into
better than
that.
getting MS and $3,000 or $300,000.
Sure, hey, MS and $300,000, you'd kick ass.
Well, that was Ray kicking ass. You've just proved my point.
So, yeah.
So since I've now checkmate you, I'm right. There's my Aaron Pauls.
He didn't have MS.
You just need to. You don't.
How do you know he doesn't have MS?
Maybe the pink eye is a symptom of his MS. I'm just saying. You don't. Have you seen his medical certificate? No, you haven't.
His neurotransmitter did bust out in this.
Well, that's what MS is. It's just MS. The suit
had MS.
has given him MS. He's built a suit with him, so he's gone one step further and used his $300,000 to build an MS suit.
I'm pretty sure that suit's worth more than $300,000. Maybe
But
the glove?
it's just proving the point
Glove,
that
maybe?
Just one glove.
Just one glove. Maybe. Possibly.
it's just proving the point that Ray is awesome.
Yeah, Ray's the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ray's the best, and Braden is wrong. So that brings us to the end of TV. I guess we should, though, then quickly do our ratings. So each episode, I'll go first if you like. Gotham, 1.5 fingers. Flash All-Star Team Up, 4.5 fingers. And Broken Arrow, 4 3/4 fingers.
That's getting pretty technical. Gotham.
7 out of 12 gloves.
9 out of 100.
Yeah, I was really unsatisfied.
12% of a box.
Yeah, 12% of a box.
What size box are we talking here? Industrial? Supermarket?
Still dirty about that. You need to let that go.
And, they're a box of small, medium, or large gloves.
Just let it go, Braden.
They're like one
let it
size
go.
fit all.
Just let it go, Braden. Don't feel. Just conceal.
Just heal.
Gotham, I'll have to give 2 fingers. How I have my scotch. Dirty and full of
I
shame.
was thinking 2 fingers up the arse. And you're like, that's how my scotch. I'm like, yeah. Gotta get you drunk quick.
Any port in a storm.
Alien juice.
Gotta get warm at night somehow.
Yep.
Cold winter hills. You do live in the ghetto.
This is true. Flash 4.5 and Arrow 4.5. They're both really solid episodes.
Yep. Just further proving Braden wrong. Let's
Yes.
see his review. He'll probably be like one for Gotham. Negative all the gloves for Flash.
Negative 5 crates. Missing.
No. I'm going to give 2 ratings for Flash. I'm going to give 2.
The glove business has gone out of. They've bankrupted. That's how shit this episode was.
All right, so Flash minus Ray Palmer.
I'm leaving the room.
I'll give it 3 gloves, 4 fingers, and then with Ray Palmer, 2.5 gloves.
Fuck off! Fuck off!
Gotham can have 1.5 fingers.
The entire episode. You're telling me the entire episode of Gotham was at the same level as Ray Palmer. That's literally what you're telling me. Ray Palmer's phenomenal episode.
No. I gave him, 2.5 gloves? Not 2.5 fingers.
Oh, okay. Right. My apologies. I understand now.
Yeah.
Please. I remit and will allow you to retake the floor, sir.
And I'll go with Arrow 3.5 to 4 gloves.
3.5 to 4 gloves.
Yeah, 3.5 to 4 gloves.
3.75?
Yeah, about there. Yeah, that sounds good.
About
3.75.
3.86.
3.1.
Recurring 3.
I will give you pie. I will give you pie, sir. Pie gloves.
Pie gloves.
Pie gloves.
All right.
There's
one more. Here. Or
Yeah,
you
you're
just-
right, Probie.
No, like I said, we're done.
Gotham 1 glove. Oh, sorry, not 1 glove, 1 finger, because it was shit.
Yeah, no, I gave it 2 fingers, so I'm with on that one.
Yep. Arrow. Yeah, 4 gloves. Flash. 3.5 gloves.
Okay.
I did like Arrow better than I liked Flash this week.
Yeah, that's probably a fair call. More happened on Arrow than Flash. All right.
More surprises happened on Arrow.
Yeah, definitely.
The storyline did not expect at all.
Yeah.
And now for our feature presentation.
Assemble Task Force X. We have another suicide mission. Joker stole a dirty bomb and hid it somewhere in Gotham.
Telling me where it is. Now!
Aren't you even going to say hello? If I didn't know better, I'd say you're trying to kill me. It's time for a very big bang!
Something's wrong at Arkham. We've been played. Better off on the own. You think any of you have a shot of getting out alive without me?
Say goodnight! Do it now!
That's right. It was Batman Assault on Arkham. The plot for this film goes as follows. Strap yourself in, boys. I've tried to prepare this one to be one of my most succinct recaps to date. Gotham is in great danger when the government assembles a group of villains, codenamed the Suicide Squad, and forces them to break into Arkham Asylum to retrieve top-secret information stolen by the Riddler. Things take a turn for the worse when one of the squad members, Harley Quinn, frees the Joker, who is intent on blowing up Arkham Asylum and Gotham City. Batman must use his superhero wits and strength to thwart the wicked plans of the Joker and the Suicide Squad. Batman has to act fast to locate the bomb and contend with not only the Joker and the Riddler, but also Task Force X. Yo, this repeated the same thing twice. What a wank. Let me re-edit that bit then too. Stupid recap. Batman then has to act fast to locate the bomb and contend with not only the Joker and the Riddler, but also the assembled Suicide Squad, composed of Deadshot, Killer Frost, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, King Shark, and Black Spider. And of course everybody's favourite KG Beast, while themselves trying to foil the Joker's bomb plot, as well as retrieve critical data on the Suicide Squad that the Riddler stole earlier. The Suicide Squad likewise has to deal with internal friction within the group as they attempt to complete their mission and become some sort of weird family. And that was this week's movie, Assault on Arkham.
It's good.
It was good. Like, there's no negatives. It's one of those movies where that ramp up for Batman is constantly there fighting the villains. It's
This is a Batman movie without Batman in it that proves you can do that right, unlike Rises.
Yeah, it's true. Batman's probably in this about 6 or 7 minutes.
Oh, if that.
If that, which is similar to Rises, but at the same time it's done well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course I was swooning over Batman because Kevin Conroy. Ken Cons. Troy Baker does a beautiful job at the Joker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought it was Mark Hamill. Like, we're on the drive down here, we're like,
So did I.
was it Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
Was it? And I'm like, no, it was Troy.
I thought it was at the beginning. It was when when Harley's trying to shoot him. I was like, I thought that was Hamill up until when he actually breaks out and he started to get menacing.
Yeah.
Because Mark Hamill goes really gruff, whereas Troy Baker goes grim, and he just pulls his voice back.
Yeah.
That's how I was like, that's the Arkham Origins Joker, not.
Yeah. But
because I thought the same thing. I was like, I thought you retired this character, Hamill.
Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie.
Toy with my emotions.
don't make me swoon over you, then just But yeah, no, it's one of those movies that's fantastic from start to finish.
Absolutely.
The little details like the tattoo of...
Sorry?
I was going to say anything to do with the video games is good.
Yeah. Yeah, like
absolutely.
It's the little details like the darts game between Captain Boomerang and Deadshot.
The whole pissing contest between those two is hilarious.
It's
Throughout
great.
the whole movie.
My man KG Beast didn't make it out of the cell.
That's my favourite bit was his epic intro, and then 5 seconds later his head explodes.
Yeah. Oh, you poor bastard. King Shark freaks me out, basically, because he's just weird.
And he had that weird sexual tension with Killer Frost as well.
Like, how would that, how would foreplay go, man? Does he have a special set of...
He takes his teeth out.
Does he?
Tickles his fins.
He's got a special pair of teeth, like, just for making out. Like gummy bears or something like that. But it's one of those films that you just watch. I've watched it a couple of times, and it's good every time. It's the little details like the tattoo of Joker's face on Harley Quinn's right butt cheek. I love that. That's great. So, yeah.
I just love that she's so tardy and stupid. Like,
because she is.
She's like...
But she's not at the same time, because the minute, she's like, I used to be a psychiatrist here, let me tell you, anybody who throws boomerangs has real issues letting go.
Yeah. I just thought it was great.
There were so many laughs, and I watched this, and I'm like, if this is how you make the Suicide Squad movie, I get why you cast Will Smith.
Yeah.
Because if it's as funny as this, I'm down.
Yeah.
I am so down, because this was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're actually probably going to go full assault on Arkham. I think they'll try and...
Oh, they'll do something unique, but
if it is...
I want that type of humour.
If they do this proper J. Oliver humour,
yeah,
it's going to be good.
It was just, I love the, I'm watching, because this first time I watched this movie, where possible for this show now, I'm stopping myself watching things beforehand, so I'm watching them fresh, and I hadn't seen this before, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get used to what to expect to begin with, and then when Waller's like, assemble the squad, and it turns into this 1970s
Charlie's
montage, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then, like Matt was saying earlier, it reminded me when Batman turns up at one bit, and they're all like, Batman's here, and you get like these 4 panels to slide in of like all these faces like, holy shit. They're just so great.
Yeah.
I like it when the pissing contest is continuing and Killer Frost is like, guys, and they're just like completely ignoring it.
Guys.
Oi, Batman's here. Oh, fuck.
Damn. It's just a quality movie. That's the thing. This is how you actually do like a Batman film without Batman. Like I said before, Riddler's done phenomenally. I love Riddler in this.
Yep.
There's no Jim Carrey, but you know.
Oh Jesus!
Getting Adam on a rant tonight. I like the balance between seriousness and comedy.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really clever balance between the two.
Yeah, it was.
Because
You go Harley Quinn and Deadshot together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
but then when Joker gets released, the seriousness comes out and like
as is meant to happen with the Joker. He's
the
meant
menace
to be
the menace comes out and the film's like, oh fuck, we need to concentrate for a minute.
Yeah.
But even then, in middle of the fight, there is comedic value.
Yeah.
In
still
the fight
Joker.
scenes. Yeah. And it's just hilarious. I loved it.
Yeah. Joker's discovered his favorite gun as well when he pulls the trigger and the guy's head literally explodes.
It's like,
I love this gun.
Yeah.
I still love when like he's got the gun and Deadshot's like, pull the trigger, you've got no bullets left. And he's like, I'm sure I've got bullets left. He's like, you don't. And fires a shot off and the guy's like, whoa, you just out crazy the Joker. That I'm gonna say though, there was one moment of this that I knew there wanted to be a big surprise when Batman seems to get taken down and Black Spider walks out. The minute I saw a guy walk out with the utility belt, I'm like, Batman. That is Batman. Unless he's dead, you don't get that belt. And even then, I think the belt self-destructs when his heartbeat ends. So that's Batman.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's
like you made a comment earlier that it would be easier to obtain Batman's testicles than it would be to obtain his utility belt.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's spot on.
You'd pretty much be able to like his testicles or his sperm.
Or his ghoulies. As Captain Boomerang called. Oh, me ghoulies.
Yeah, apparently all Australians speak like that. Oh, me ghoulies. I got to give props to King Shark on this one because he's sort of like the dumb oaf you sort of send in the front line. He's like the dumb tank.
I like heights.
I don't like heights. No heights. Alright, cool. This is going to be interesting. So Killer Frost is riding on his back like a rhino through these guys.
I love it when he dummies himself on the door.
Yeah, he just clogs himself on the door.
When he's mugging on that other door to try and get in.
I don't understand what's going on here.
I also love when everything goes down and like Killer Frost makes that comment and Boomerang's like, really? Ice puns.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Just if like I say, if this is what the movie is like, I've changed my mind on that movie so hard. I'm like, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because this was
the thing is, it's really good. It's like a mature animated movie where they're not afraid to use, like, Harley seems like the type of villain that would use her sexuality to get away. Like when they called the guard down, when they're getting King Shark in with all the weapons.
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, if like they actually do this sort of like, I'm hoping they don't make it a PG Suicide Squad sort of thing. If it's hopefully more mature.
Yeah. Well, I think DC films seem to be going more mature. But yeah, this has the potential to be what Guardians of the Galaxy was for Marvel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That film that is the light-hearted one that you get at the end of and you're like, what the hell did I just watch?
I quite like at the end where Amanda says, well, they didn't find the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Joker never dies.
He never dies.
No, this was set 2 years before Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the fact that Batman watches the copter go down.
Yeah.
And there's that because he's watching it from the window, and I took from that to mean, you know that if he's watching it, he has time to stop it, but he's like, well, I didn't push him. So
technically that's not on my head.
He's like, this wasn't me.
I'll get blamed for it, but it wasn't me.
I imagine Deadshot's taken the pretty. Like, you'd be like, I killed the Joker. That's the moment where people would be like, no, okay, you win. Take my shit.
Yeah.
He took an awful lot of knives, eh?
Oh, I know.
Jesus, he got stabbed a lot.
He did. He got stabbed quite a bit.
But he was. I think that was the point. Was he's meant to be? That's why I think they've put Will Smith as dead. After watching this, I'm like, I understand Will Smith's place now. Will Smith is the charismatic leader who can get the shit kicked out of him and come back at the end and be like, oh hell no,
go full 90s black.
Yeah. Whoop, there it is. I loved as well that Amanda Waller is just such a piece of shit in this film, and it ends with Deathshot's bullet line, and she's like, "Ah, motherfucker," and it cuts away. I was just like, that was perfect, especially since you know that the minute Deadshot says bang, you don't need to hear the gunshot. You're like, yeah, he killed her. Or his daughter's in the back listening to a bloody on a headphone.
Yeah, like the Beats by
and
Dre.
And he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
And she's playing with the teddy bear. She's like, ooh,
on a rooftop. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It was good.
Couldn't get a sitter that day.
And I love as well, like, when Harley finally, like, gets her comeuppance with Batman, and she's like, I'm not mad at Joker, like, he hurts me, but you're the one who ruins everything. Going straight at him. And instead of, like, deflecting her, he's just like, stop hitting me with the bomb, idiot.
The only gripe I had with this movie is I think Riddler would be smart enough not to stay on a phone call long enough to get detected.
I think Joker's the type of villain that likes to feed his ego. It's sort of
Riddler.
like the Incredible... Riddler. Yeah, he likes to feed his own ego. Yeah. So it's like that Incredibles moment where Frozone's talking about, what does he start doing? He starts monologuing. And all that. Riddler is that monologuer. He's the one who just, you're all...
He talks too long, and it's his downfall.
If you look at it from that standpoint, it's kind of like makes sense for him to sort of, especially when dealing with someone like Amanda, piece of shit Waller.
I sort of just took myself back to Ed from Gotham, where he talks too much, and Bullock always
it's
like, shut up. Dude, considering now that he's the villain, nobody can tell me to shut up. I'm the Riddler.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep talking because I am egotistical. Okay, cool. I said
absolutely.
I loved as well that they're like, okay, we're going to replay this footage, and it fools Waller, but Batman looks like 3 seconds. He's like, that guy doesn't work Fridays. That guy doesn't work this is the Thursday tape. Within 4 seconds, I was just like, yeah, it's Batman. No, like, doesn't even change his emotion. He's just like, well, this is the Thursday tape. Better drive the car.
There was a code yellow there. Something's going on.
I love it. It was just so good. This
every time Batman rocked up, it was a Batman moment.
Well. He made the film better, and that's kind of like they've said. Batman is in the Suicide Squad film. I'm hoping it's something similar to that, where because I get the feeling Joker is in it, not part of the squad. He's just
an antagonist.
So I think he's just a minor character.
Oh, okay. That's probably why they gave it to a minor.
But I think it becomes I imagine he'll become a big part of the universe. Somewhere Lex will.
Yeah.
In the long run. But it's definitely a nice precursor. If you like Batman films, and if you just like almost 80s comedies, Lethal Weapon style action comedies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check this shit out, because it's
almost seemed to say Loaded Weapon as well.
Yeah, it had a bit of a Loaded Weapon feel. It had any of those like Ocean's 11s where we've got to put a team together, but it's always a team of like the worst, like MacGruber style rejects.
Yeah.
Oh god, it was, and I just love that Floyd is just so like anytime anybody tells him to do anything, he's like, kiss my ass, Deadshot. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Even like when he's confronting Penguin, he actually acts like someone providing a service.
And he's like, we wouldn't want anybody to get around that you kill the people that you pay. Like that's redundant.
Makes no sense.
And I didn't like the Penguin in this though, simply because I don't understand.
Eating fish?
I don't mind him eating fish. I don't like eating half like humps. Like everything else is so semi-realistic. And this dude is just like.
Even my kids didn't get that. They're like, "Why is he eating fish like that?"
Yeah.
That's the only part. Like I think that's like their Danny DeVito moment.
Because Riddler.
Because Riddler.
I also love the fact that I got no wrong. Like when Wallace said he has a USB in his cane, I thought the thing they pulled off was the USB, and I'm like, somebody's never seen a USB until they were like, oh, it's a compartment, right? That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I like how Amanda at the start was like, because I got Google, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
And as well, when she's like, I put these chips in your head, then it'll make your head explode. I don't believe you. Go and see. It's like one step, bang. So anybody else got questions? All right, gas him. I'm clear. She just keeps knocking him unconscious. She throws him out that fucking helicarrier, just strapped into these like metal boxes.
Such a douche move.
It is. And Harley's like, they're all screaming all the way down. Like Harley's going, wee.
Yeah.
It's okay. I landed on my head.
So with the electrotherapy at the end, it's like, I love electrotherapy.
It's like a shiatsu massage for your brain.
And Joker's like, oh, someone just had their brain flossed.
Yeah, I know the sound of that.
Having their brain flossed.
That was good.
Yeah, this, and you're right, this proved to me why we can't believe Amanda Waller in Arrow saying, oh, it wasn't me that came after you guys, because it's like, yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, you're full of shit. She probably had one of her mates. Well, it sort of proved Roy got stabbed by that dude who has a knack for stabbing people in the right place.
Yep.
And then she's got like a similar wound area.
Yeah, shit, I didn't think of that.
Kiss my ass, yeah. You're a liar. Don't you lie to me.
Damn, son, you cracked the code.
Yay! First one.
Dun 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 dun. Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, that's got to be on the soundboard next week.
I need the outro music now. Oh, the whist doesn't it whistle? Anyway, we'll find that for next week. Oh, also speaking of things we need to find out for next week, going back to last week, I heard from our man Mr. CrossFit.
Yes.
Apollo has wings on his helmet.
Okay, so are we wrapping up the movie? And
no, I just wanted to.
You just wanted to shove that in?
I wanted to shove that in because I'd forgotten it, and I knew I'd forget it later if I didn't bring it.
Fair enough. Apollo.
Thank you very much, Mr. CrossFit.
I'd like to give him a shout out at some point too. He might not get to the bat sack, and I'd hate for him to miss his shout out. Although he is a super fan, I imagine he sticks around to the end.
That's cool. He hasn't gone to Probie yet, so that's okay. So you go super fan, then Probie.
It's not all it's cracked up to be.
I think that quite honestly, he'd jump a level.
Okay, so he'd go to senior Probie.
He'd go to guest host.
Okay,
straight to guest host.
That's fair. That's fair.
He has skills.
He can do a same ladder.
Do lots of things. He's not, when he speaks, he brings things to conversations. He's witty. He's charming.
Doesn't look like Chad Kroger.
That is a big plus. But no, this Braden, what do you got for this film? Anything else?
Nah, I can't really add anything to it. It was a good, fun film. Yeah, not much else really to add to it. I think we pretty well covered it.
Yeah.
It was set before the Arkham Asylum video game, wasn't it? But was it
2 years before?
But is it produced after?
Yeah, it's 2014.
Yeah, it's 2014.
That's why Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker did. Yeah, and I did notice in the final scenes a lot of the characters did resemble the video game characters as well. So that's a nice tie-in as well.
I liked as well.
Yeah,
they're in
like
Bane.
Bane.
And when they're in the
proper
catacombs, the catacombs look the same as what's underneath Arkham, and Scarecrow had his finger syringes.
Well, a lot of the settings in just throughout the asylum looked very, very much, and they even called a lot of them the same as well.
Yeah,
even Poison Ivy's greenhouse, like she actually gets to be in a greenhouse,
and even she was wearing her little
G-string
mini underpants things that they ever wear,
the thong and the vest.
Yeah, that was,
so her
very, very cool.
It was good. It was actually very well stylized, and this is an example, unlike last week's shitstorm, where the animation style very much fits.
And this proves Matt's point last week as well with the eyes, with Batman's eyes. Because Batman emoted for most of the film with his eyes.
If you notice, Batman's eyes actually had eyeballs.
I did notice.
And that's because he put, much like in the game, because he has his eyeballs until he puts that detective filter on. When he was checking Harley's heartbeat, for instance, he put his detective mode on.
Yeah. So, I mean, and I think...
And even some of the gadgets, he had the exploding... putty and stuff.
The spray, the exploding spray. Yeah. So and this also lends to my main theory is the 90s Japanese anime style lends itself very well to DC Comics in an animation movie standpoint because it can actually bring that intensity to it. Plus, it gives you a very solid build for your obvious heroes. Like you had Deadshot, he was always drawn, unless in the case of King Shark, he was also always looked about a foot to half a foot taller than everyone else.
He
had that very broad look. Same with Batman, so that very similar. Villains always had misshapen heads compared to their bodies. So it was very easy to tell who was a good guy and a bad guy.
They also, the thing that I found interesting about this, just the animation style, that you don't often see, they weren't perfect, but the female shapes were a lot closer to what actual females look like.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like even the way they put muscles, like the back muscles and stuff, that the guys had kind of not higher hip bones, but their hip point was very clearly higher and more defined, whereas the women had that slimmer one, like you actually see. So
like
things
Harley
like
Quinn's, like the scene where that guard comes down, like you look at her back, you can see the tattoo, but it actually looks like a realistic.
Yeah, and they looked like, unlike for instance, when you see most animation styles where the chicks are so ridiculously under or over proportion that it's just, you know,
looks like either Betty Boop or a
yeah, exactly. So,
absolutely.
you know, I was a big fan of that because I like realistic. You can draw women to look realistic and still have them work the way you want them to work in a comic like this.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, yeah. All right, well then I think it's time to move into the awards for this film. We'll start off with, has anybody got any Barbara moments or any Barbaras from it?
I did have a Barbara. Now, who was it?
Yeah, my Barbara, I'll say Amanda Waller.
Actually, no, I agree with that one. I have that written on the older laptop.
Yeah, sure.
Late jumper.
Sure. What are you going with, Matt?
I don't actually have any brawlers with that.
He was going to say Amanda Waller, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure he was, and now he knows he's going to get late jump. What if we promised you we won't call you a late jumper?
No, I didn't have any brawlers because I
didn't.
I enjoyed.
We discussed this, but we had a pre-show discussion between the two of us while you were out. I was consuming my pizza and I was not doing my notes, and he said, "No, no Barbaras." So
I quite.
That was riveting. I can't wait to read that in your memoirs.
Why the fuck would I actually write a memoir?
Why wouldn't you? Somebody needs. Eventually, they'll want to hear all of our sides of the story, and they'll read them in the order of obviously mine because it'll be the best, and then Braden's because it'll have to have the counter opinion to mine, and then they'll read yours because they'll feel begrudged to, and then they'll look at they'll buy the Probies one, they'll put it on the bookshelf, and they'll say they've read it to their friends, but they won't have read it.
The lifetimes of Cabana Productions.
All right, well, yeah, I'm going to give a Barbara to this one. And my Barbara goes to...
I want to say KG Beast.
You're right. KG Beast.
Simply because... Good at predicting this.
Yeah, I'm good at it.
Simply because...
He's a dumb shit.
Yeah, like, how are you that epic, but you're that dumb at the same time? Like, you can bust into the Kremlin, obviously, and whoop out. Like, yeah, you get caught, but you still got in pretty epically.
Yeah.
But you're like, am I smart? Oh, also, you're really fast. Jump back over the line. Just a step backwards, dude.
Yep.
KG Bungle, that's what he was.
KG Bonehead.
KG Barbara.
KG Barbara.
All right, so then Cranston's?
I'm going out a set of Aaron Pauls.
Oh, look out.
Deadshot. Finale and our favourite girl.
Harleen.
Yeah.
And
Harleen. I'm begging with you, please don't get back to the Joker's arms.
And King Shark. Just for being that damn entertaining.
Yeah.
And just being that big doofus we all knew in high school.
I love those dudes in the movies too. That just the ox. Where you're like, yeah, you're the man.
Go beat down that wall. Stop eating it. Stop it. Just. Fine.
I actually really do think that's a fair point. I love those because Deagle is just that on Arrow.
Yeah, that's all. He's
so yeah,
smart, but he's the ox.
Damn it, you've cracked my code.
What's that movie where they said, oh, you got to use your head, so they picked the dude up and just smashed the door down with his head?
Toy Story 2.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I didn't mean to use my head. The dinosaur.
That's right.
That's right, Rex, the dinosaur.
Yeah, Rex.
Yeah, the Saurus.
The Saurus.
Yeah, I did like that point you brought up to Matt earlier, where like they all land in the street and Harley's like, "It's okay, landed on my head."
So I got a set of Aaron Pauls.
Good awards. What do you got, Braden?
I might go with a set of Aaron Pauls as well. I'm going to give my first one out to
It's a very
Bane.
Aaron Paul night, this one.
Yeah, it is a very Aaron Paul night.
Okay, so who are you giving it to?
I'm going to give my first one to Bane. Because, my God, I love that version of Bane.
Yeah, for actually being Bane.
Yep, love that version of Bane.
Can the mum hear you say that as well?
How dare you imply my performance was not legendary. I will go back and tell Piglets and Al.
I have hey Bane, I have a feeling there might be a song released at some point this week that says that you're shit.
Well, I have a feeling that perhaps I might put my foot in your arse. Now, if you excuse me, Tigger and Pooh need me.
Who's your second
All right.
Paul?
Second Aaron Paul. I don't actually know if I've gotten a second one. I might just stick with Payne. I'll just give out one Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul's weight? No.
Okay, so Braden's the late jumper this time, trying to give out...
So to make sure I've got this right, instead of just giving out a Cranston, you're just going to give out
Yeah,
Aaron
well,
Paul.
he was a very, very minor character. I didn't think he quite deserved a Cranston.
He just gets an Aaron Paul.
Okay.
I'll give him an Aaron Paul.
Why not? All right.
That's a minor. It's like an Emmy.
Yeah. Supporting actor.
It's a daytime soap award.
MTV.
It's the golden.
Yeah, I do. I think you're right. I think the Cranston in this is the Oscar, and the Aaron Paul is the Emmy.
Yeah.
That's a fair way to put it.
And then
We need to eventually get a Grammy.
We'll have to get a Grammy. What's the cop's name from Breaking Bad?
The Hank guy.
Hank.
Yeah, the Hank. That could be like a golden cock
The
award,
Golden
like,
Globe.
No, the golden
Saul
cock, like
Goodman.
the porn
Saul
award,
Goodman.
basically.
The porn award.
We'll get to that stage. Hardly any chance to late jump.
Not at all, because I'm giving it to the Joker.
Ooh.
I thought that was a really cool performance for the Joker. Just
It is.
pure menacing, and just I think we said it just before, the moment where he blows the bomb goes off on Black Spider's head.
Dead
He's just
Spider.
like, I love this gun. It's just like
No logic whatsoever. It was all the gun.
yeah, and just like he just nuts out when he's going off at Harley Quinn.
Nuts out. I want to use that saying from now on whenever everybody goes crazy. Like, that dude nutted out. See that?
See, that could be a double entendre as well.
But like when he's still
Careful,
in
he might nut out.
when he's still in the cell and he's like fully having a rant at Harley, and then he sees the broken panel and he's like, you know what? All may be forgiven. Not all of it, just some of it.
Yeah, I can see that. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right, I'll throw it over to Terry to see if he can guess. Who I'm giving out a
I'm guessing
Cranston.
your Barbara's and
I'm giving out a Cranston.
Okay, give me a
So
framework.
you good at guessing what annoys me. That doesn't surprise me.
I do it semi-professionally. Give me parameters for your Cranston, because Cranstons are actually harder to, because there was a lot of Cranstons that could be thrown around.
The absolute best character in this film.
Batman.
It was Batman. You're exactly right. Batman was the best in this. All the films we've watched in the last maybe 2 months.
So you're giving Kevin Conroy your Cranston?
Not just. I'm giving this Batman.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Conroy's been a lot of Batman.
Yeah. But this specific
Batman. The Batman in this, because some of the best Batman comics I've read are the villains. There's shit going on with villains and whatever else, and he just turns up. And you're almost scared as the reader, because you're like, when is he gonna? Either when is he gonna turn up, or when he does, you get frightened as well, because you're like, Jesus, this guy is. And so you almost get to see what the villains see in Batman, because we're so used to playing as Batman or getting everything from Batman.
Yeah.
Whereas here you get, guys, he's here. Tell me what I need to know before I rip your throat out, and then I throw you off this balcony and skull fuck your mother. That I like
Straight
that.
out of the comic books there, guys.
I like that.
That is comic book lore.
And to be in, like we said, like maybe 6 minutes of this film, but his resonance is just over all of it.
His presence is felt constantly, because he's referred to a lot.
And that's what I really liked.
Yeah, I think it was the opening 5 minutes. Oh, what's going to happen to the Bat? He's busy.
Yeah.
It's just like, you hope so. If you're going to do something like that, break into Arkham, we're hoping he's busy.
So yeah, that for me, in a film where there was that much humor, and that much insanity and that much awesomeness, for him to still be able to come in and be, holy shit, as awesome as all these guys are, Batman is just his own class.
Yeah.
Cranston.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, well that brings us into the ratings. How many gloves you given this?
I want to give it like a Golden Glove. Something similar to Golden Glove, but not the Golden Glove.
So 5 gloves?
Yeah,
I want to go more than 5, though. That's the thing.
5 gloves, 1 finger.
6 out of 5 gloves.
6 out of 5 gloves. But it's not a Golden Glove.
Why don't you go... well, what if we went with, say, the
Golden Finger? Ooh.
That's true. You could either...
Gold Finger.
You could either give a finger preference to the Golden Glove, but that would require a lot of work in smelting and things like that.
The thing is, the GIMP does
what if
that.
What if you went for like the Pearl Glove, or do you want the Silver Glove, the Bronze Glove, or maybe the Chrome Glove, the Platinum Glove? The ruby glove.
I thought
There's too many gloves. Barry Allen can't
ruby
handle it.
glove.
The ruby glove.
Give it to
okay.
the ruby glove.
The ruby glove. All right. All right.
See how many people late jump onto that one. Probie,
What do you got, Probie? Gonna late jump?
Fucking straight on to me. No, I'm just going to give it the standard 5 gloves.
5 gloves?
Yeah.
It's not a ruby glove, but that's good.
I'm not going to like try and alter the glove rating system just to fit my own preferences.
What?
You know?
Debate me on it then, sir.
All right, I'll give it 50 out of 9 gloves.
It wasn't a debate, but that's more of a mathematical improbability, but that's cool. So 5 gloves.
5 gloves. Good,
Okay.
solid.
And Braden, did he late jump onto you there?
No, I'm going to go 4 gloves. 4 gloves, 4 and 4 fingers.
But it's good. 4 gloves, 5 fingers.
4
Oh,
gloves,
clever.
5 fingers. Mate.
He stumped you there.
Yeah, he did.
So
4 fingers.
4 gloves, 4 fingers. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Full planet?
Yep.
Well, I think I'm not going to have to late jump because I just fucking created it. So I'm going to have to go the ruby glove. I think absolutely as well. Because actually, no, you know what? I'm going to go slightly different. I'm going to give it the emerald glove.
The emerald
because
glove.
it was so much about the Riddler.
That's fair.
So it gets the emerald glove this week.
That's fair.
I feel like we're just venturing into naming these after Pokemon games soon.
Sapphire Blue.
The X glove.
Jade Fire X.
So yeah, well no, that's good.
That's
That's
a damn
good.
solid movie.
All right,
If you were
well,
to poop it out, you'd be proud. You'd look back and go, damn!
Take a photo of that and send it to your mother.
Yeah,
Look,
damn,
this came
son.
out of me today, Mum.
Whatever you do in your spare time, man. Whatever you do.
all right. Well, brings us into the bat sack, but I do have some sad news. There's no actual emails that have come in this week, so I took it upon myself to email one to myself. Just to make sure the system works, and it turns out that yes it does. It's just that I think Sue might have got sad this week. I don't know what happened. Maybe it's caught up in something. Maybe Tony Abbott fished it out on my data retention. Anyway, so this was my email, and it just said it's from
Mail, motherfucker.
Thank you. And it's from Adam Gerard from the Batcave.
Who the fuck's that?
And it says
Sounds like a wanker.
it says, hey Terry and Adam, you guys seem smart, and hey dumb fuckers named Probie and Braden, because that Braden dude's a big toolbox. What do you guys think of that trailer that did come out this week about the Supermans and of the Batmans with the Dawns of Justice? Is good or is be bad? Questions be answer, please.
He sounds like a finely educated man.
Yeah. I think he went to film school.
There's a couple things. Obviously, it was just a teaser, so there wasn't a lot of...
Just a lick.
Just a lick.
Just the first inch.
Yeah. Just the tip, just to see how it felt.
Yeah.
And it felt good.
It felt moist, let me tell you.
It didn't do a lot for me in regards to wanting to see... I already want to see the film, let's be honest about it, but there's nothing that just wanted me to see it more.
Yeah, but that at the same time, that's like being like, well, you know, my girlfriend told me that I was going to get just an hour and a half of just solid sucking. So I decided that there was a way to improve this. No, you don't need to look for or need to look forward to it more. It's just perfect.
Okay. There are a few things that I'm looking forward to, like from the trailer we got to hear Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I'm really looking forward to seeing Jeremy Irons on the screen again.
Yep.
Already have faith in Affleck. So, but Jeremy Irons...
Fucking well shoot, son.
Irons is someone I haven't seen on screen, on the big screen, for quite a few years.
The last thing I remember...
was it the Man in the Iron Mask?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I remember Musketeers.
Yeah,
that's what I remember.
Basically. And so that's about it. So I'm looking forward to it.
He's got the right voice for it.
Very much the right voice. Very
I actually
authoritative.
preferred it to, hey, Master Bruce, why can't you be in Paris, mate?
Yeah.
I want to see you in Paris, Master Bruce,
With
Master
the bitch
Bruce.
on your arm.
Oh, Master Bruce, me Master Bruce,
with
the Master Bruce, Master Bruce.
So it's just, I'm looking forward to that. I'm very curious to see how much of Gal Gadot we see? I think
Gado.
Gado.
I think it's French, so I think it's Gado.
Gado,
probably.
I'm actually looking forward to see how much of her Wonder Woman we see. We got a bit of a sneak peek in the trailer of her beating up a thug, and then we saw
of her Wonder Woman, I believe that is called.
I'm pretty sure, and I believe some gunfire was taken and deflected with the bracelets.
Because they jiggle.
They jiggle. That was on her page the other day.
Yeah. Also, we saw it's Jason Momoa, isn't it?
Yeah, Momoa.
Yeah. We saw him briefly as well, which is quite good. When I first saw her, I thought they just took a couple of shots from the Conan reboot because he was clean shaven. So I wasn't sure where they were going with that, but I'm actually I'm more interested in seeing how these characters are shown.
Yep.
In the movie, more than Affleck, Cavill, Eisenberg. I'm sort of keen to see Eisenberg as well. So it's more the minor roles that I'm sort of curious about. But other than that, it was a damn solid trailer.
I think a lot of people have actually forgotten that this is actually a Superman sequel.
No, it isn't. It's a Batman movie.
It's a Superman sequel.
It's a Batman movie.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's now become a Batman movie, but it was initially supposed to be a Superman sequel.
Braden, it says Batman versus Superman.
I know that.
Batman has the title.
Batman has the title.
Is the first name.
It's not Superman versus Batman. No, it's
when they first announced this movie before they gave it a title. It was Man of Steel 2.
No, it's no.
That was what they were talking about.
It's like Man of Steel 2. Now it's personal. No, it's always going to be Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, that's what it's turned into now because it's turned into. I think it's turned into a Batman movie. It was meant to be initially a Superman movie.
But what they
hang on. If I can interject, I love that it was initially meant to be a Superman movie, and then they cast the greatest Batman of all time, and went, "Oh shit, we need to make this a Batman." Plus, also, I think they looked at the box office for Superman and went, "Yeah, we meant to make this a Batman movie."
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's just forgotten that it was supposed to be a Superman movie.
Then Henry Cavill can cry and scream in a train station somewhere.
I do wonder though, what Superman does in this. Like, they've got statues of him, and people are bowing to him. Well, does he embrace that godlike?
What I'm thinking of actually might go to his head. They may actually put a spin on it where, you know how in the Dark Knight Returns where he's a government tool and he acts as a servant of the people. Maybe they've flipped it for this one, so where it's sort of gone to his head, where he's had that human-like upbringing, and it has actually just gone to his head. That's why people are starting to rebel against him. That's maybe why Batman's got to go. Maybe it's Batman has to go stop him.
It's either that,
that's
or
what I was thinking.
It is simply as much as he destroyed Metropolis and all that. He is the savior of Metropolis. So I imagine when you do rebuild Metropolis, you are going to put up a stat. Like I know this is a terrible analogy to make, but it's what you can't help but make. After 9/11, they put up a tribute to the people who helped.
Yeah,
the people who gave their lives and all that sort of shit. Yep. Now, there's going to be a Superman statue because he saved the day, and I bet you underneath that there's names inscribed and shit. All we're seeing is the rebuilt Metropolis. There's just, we don't understand what he's done to get Batman. The fact he has Batman's ire is what I'm more interested in. Is what did you do? Because it's clearly not the Metropolis thing.
Yeah.
What did you do to piss off Batman? Because if he hit that guy's radar, it's just on a whole nother level.
Wrong.
Yeah.
See, that's just it. I mean, I think there's that scene where Jeremy Irons is talking. You hear his voice. And you have Batfleck looking at the suit. And
with the nice grey wings. Jesus, that looked good.
Look, the cow is so detailed. I love it.
Actually, did you notice it's got like big cheekbones? Like it makes his face look huge. It would look demonic and evil.
I think that was the
idea.
And
that's oh god,
it's so great. But we hear him. What is it? Fear can turn a good man cruel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the funny thing. So maybe it's not necessarily...
Maybe it's the fact maybe Superman has put kind of a martial law on the Earth, and Batman is now like, you don't get to call the rules, buddy.
Yeah. And we also hear everyone's going on about what he can do, but what should he do?
Yeah.
And a lot of this, to me, I went, well, maybe it's about Batman, but I think, well, maybe since it is meant to be a Superman sequel, or a Man of Steel sequel.
I think it's a Superman sequel and a Batman introduction.
Yeah, so basically they're focusing on, I think the power's gone to Cal's head, because he doesn't have Jor-El anymore, because he got deleted, which through the three originals, he always had Jor-El.
Yep, and his dad's gone because of the tornado or whatever.
Yeah, so he's got no father figure, so all this power's just gone to his head.
Yeah, you could well be right.
So that's what I'm actually thinking. So it's basically Batman having to go after Superman, and that's where the line comes, do you bleed, you will.
Yeah, and that I think is the most important line, because that to me says whatever Superman's doing, he feels that he is
a god.
Yeah, he is the penultimate. Nothing can touch me. So I think that's what that line from. I imagine in the movie that's the moment where you're going to cheer, because Batman is just going to be like, "You want to go? I'm right here."
It sounds like Spider-Man when it goes to his head that he's Spider-Man and he turns into this little arrogant bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's why I think you might well be right into what they're going towards will be something like he's got overprotective. Because of what happened, he's overprotective. He's going to tie the reason he has to tie back into the last one, because it is somehow a sequel. So it's got to be that Zod destruction has to have done something to Superman to make him.
It's either that or basically because we have the scene like we had in the Dark Knight Rises 2 where you see the red cape and there's the president.
Yep.
That's actually seen in the trailer as well. Excuse me. So maybe either the president's called him to consult, or
maybe.
So maybe. Because people don't want to handle their own problems, because technically, if you look at socially, people don't want to handle their own problems. They want to palm them off to someone else, so they have the responsibility. So I think that's what's happened. And he's literally become world police.
Or the government's told him to handle certain things, so that they've got a scapegoat, and
that is very
becomes
much true.
The scapegoat.
See, that's just it. That sort of comes
and
back.
Batman comes in and goes, "Well, hang on, you can't be a scapegoat for the people for the government. You've got to be there for the people."
Yeah. So that could be it. So it's all this responsibility thing. So I think it's.
Or even if he starts killing after he's killed Zod, and just keeps going down that track, and Batman goes, "Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You can be a hero without killing."
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be right.
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. So, but where all these series.
There was one thing that I really didn't like, and it's just a visual thing, but I don't like Superman's costume having abs on it this time around.
No,
like really hardcore abs. It's like, come on, dude.
No.
You don't.
They're going the new 52 route. I mean, from what I gather, the suit in the new 52, and the only real thing I have from the new 52 is War, Doom, Throne of Atlantis.
Yep.
He's drawn very Herculean. You can see every muscle. So that's where I'm thinking Zack Snyder's gone maybe a little bit awry. The Batman suit looks phenomenal because it's designed it's meant to make him look big and imposing. But I
like the voice too. Sorry.
Yeah, the 52. I don't think they've gone as far as where he's got the piece of material over his hands.
No.
But that is a very much.
They've gone the no underwear route. And
but I think what they're trying to do is make him look bigger than what he actually is.
Yeah.
You don't need to craft abs into that. You just big pecs, big lats, big traps, and that'll give you that godlike figure.
Just come back. I really like Ben Affleck's voice in this, because that's a Batman voice. Normally in a Batman film, you can pick who is Batman. If you lived in the city and you heard Batman speak, you would not be hard pressed to work out who Batman is.
Yeah.
Except in this one where it's being modulated by something. And I like that, because that if you were really trying to disguise who you are that much, you would find a way to make your voice sound as just electronic and whatever. But also, I really do get the feeling this is going to be a voice thing that can bounce around a room, or if you're a mile away, to you it'll sound like a whisper, but no one else can hear it, or a megaphone when he needs it, or whatever. So
there is one part of this as well. I actually think I think there's a part where Ben as Bruce screams at Clark. He says, I would have never done this to you, Clark."
Yeah.
I don't know where that fits into this movie, but it's just there's that personal moment. So I actually have a feeling they'll meet, become friends, have this falling out. So which I would assume.
Well, that's the other thing, is we don't know where this falls in a timeline. Maybe we do see a Bruce. Maybe there's a 10-year montage at the montage or something.
You never know,
because it is clearly an old Bruce. Not old. It's an older, matured Bruce.
Yeah, year 8, 9.
Yeah, I think he's meant to be late 30s. I imagine. So late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, we might get Robin. No, I'm just kidding.
I reckon they'll make a reference.
They'll be.
I reckon if I don't reckon they'll reference Robin, I reckon they'll reference Nightwing,
or maybe Jason.
Dick. It'll be Dick that they'll reference, not Jason.
You don't reckon? Because Jason's quite. Oh, I don't know.
Jason's quite, if you know comic books, but considering this film is being made to introduce you to comic books, you don't want to drop people. You who are Batman and Robin to just random dude on the street.
True. Yep.
Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson, because of the 60s TV show and everything through. Yep. But Jason Todd and Tim Drake, people will be like, "Oh,
who the fuck are they?"
Yeah. Newer generation, may know Damien, but
even then, that's
because he's brand new. But there'd have to be
have to be a comic book fan to know. But
Yeah,
even
absolutely.
absolutely. When it comes to the films, there's an adage that took me a long time to understand, but they talk about it when it comes to these sort of films, and that is that comic book fans aren't who they're gearing them towards.
Yeah.
Because we're going to go and see them.
Yeah.
We're going to pay money. They're gearing them towards probies like Matt who don't know anything about this, so they can enjoy it. If he walks into a film and Batman's like, yeah, and Jason Todd's in Bloodhaven, he's going to be like...
Who the fuck is Jason Todd?
But if he's like, yeah, well, you know that ever since Dick Grayson left me and went to be his own man in Bloodhaven, people will be like, Robin, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's my... So,
Yeah.
so everybody thought this was a good trailer and got them hyped?
Yeah. Nerd boner.
I did like the fact they did the smart thing, which was, it leaked online and everybody's trying to watch it, and it keeps getting leaked and everybody keeps trying to watch it. Let's just leak the fucking thing in good quality.
Let's just give them the decent one. I
like,
think,
that's the Dave Grohl school of thought of, stop, I can't remember what song it was, one of the last albums he did, the Foo Fighters albums, there was a
Sonic
recording that
Highways.
somebody, do you remember the song though? Whatever the title track that came off at first was, and somebody recorded off the radio, and it had like the bumpers for the radio station, the disc jockey being like, "Now come in, tune in," and be like, "Foo Fighters," sort of thing. And he was like, "Please don't listen to this. If you want to hear it," and he uploaded it for free and went, "Download it. You can have it for free. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you're gonna listen to it, listen to it
the real
right.
one. Yeah.
Don't listen to this shitty mono recording."
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I thought that was I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, I think the tweet...
Warner Brothers seem to be getting better.
Yeah, I think was it Zack Snyder actually released a tweet saying, "Look, I'm releasing it. Hashtag not pirated. Hashtag some extra scenes. Hashtag watch it now."
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that form of social media where I think people like Warner Brothers and companies are actually starting to realize, well, maybe we should actually step up our game a little bit. If people want it, just give it to them.
That
They'll
Dark
pay money
Batman's
for the
going to make
movie.
money too. Oh, that Dark Batman is going to make them so... That Batman, like, what? He's in the trailer for about 10 seconds, and I'm literally like, this is already the best Batman I've seen on film.
Yeah.
He looked like... in and out of the suit, he looks like Batman, and then when he did that line, just simple, can you bleed? We'll find out, or whatever it is.
Yeah, you will.
You will. Yeah, you will, which is even better, That's the Batman I want. I don't want Batman who's like, can you believe
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely that case.
Just in case you're wondering what I said, that was Clark, I'm going to make you bleed, Clark. I'll stuff your face into the ground, Clark.
Yeah.
In Christian Bale.
In Christian Bale speak. Yeah,
it's its own language.
Yeah, Bale-esque.
Balinese.
Balinese.
Careful. You're treading on my dreams here.
Once you see Batfleck, you'll be like, who is this Christian Bale?
Once you see Batfleck, you'll be like, man, that Dark Knight Rises was a turd.
But inside, you'll always be, I swoon for Kevin Conroy. So yeah, it's going to be one of those, they make megabucks off it, and Ben Affleck's not going to have to do any other type of movie.
Ben Affleck is now going to be able to direct whatever he wants. Just
Hi, I want to make another Daredevil. Sure.
No, not now.
I'm kidding.
Don't,
I'm joking.
Don't put that in the world, man. After we just got so much good Daredevil.
Yeah.
Don't put that in the world.
But yeah.
Don't you bring that hate on me, Ricky Bobby.
Don't you bring on that hate. Don't you bring that evil on my family.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
So yeah, he's going to be able to do whatever the hell he wants. And Matt Damon.
Don't you talk to me.
I didn't hear that.
Anyway, go on, Probie, get your nut out.
Get my nut out. All right.
Give him his 5 minutes of fame.
Which one are we doing?
Can't get it up now.
Whatever you want, man. Just play some shit. Play with your soundboard.
This is for Terry, so that he could hear what.
Don't you talk to me.
Yeah. Anyway,
you better keep working on that soundboard.
Fine.
So yeah, Ben Affleck can be
Probie's
Batman whenever he
soundboard.
wants, and so yeah, like he can just go, I want to make another Batman movie. Sure, go for it.
Oh, he'll absolutely, because I'm telling you, he's gonna walk. He's scared because of how much shit he got for Daredevil, and he's gonna walk away from this, and everybody's just gonna literally be like, please be Batman forever.
Forever.
Oh, except not Batman. When we say please be Batman forever,
not
we
Batman
don't.
forever. Just like Batman
be Batman.
Right.
Full stop. Forever. Not
stop.
not be Jim. We did the Jim Carrey.
I'm actually curious. I'm wondering, is Jim Gordon related, involved in this film at all? The character Jim? Surely he would be at some point.
I don't know.
I haven't heard anything. That's the thing.
If he is, it'll be a one scene.
Yep.
I'd be surprised if he is. I reckon they'll save Jim for an actual Batman film. Because there'll be one coming.
For Gordon.
Oh my god, please. Just do it.
It's like there's...
Although, it's going to come down to that whatever films that's in, whenever we're just going to universally be like, well, we have to give our Cranston to Cranston.
Can you imagine trying to work out if there was a Batman film made while we're still doing this podcast? Affleck is Batman and Cranston is Gordon.
Who gives you Cranston to...
just give him a minute.
Yeah, but you have to give your Cranston to Cranston.
No, I divide it into Aaron Pauls. In fact...
No, you couldn't even divide it into Aaron Pauls. You'd just be like...
Two Cranstons. The Cranstons. I'll take my Cranstons from next week and give it to...
Cransflex.
Cransflex.
That is what it revolves to. That, yeah. Actually, maybe Cranston should be for our TV and Batflex for our films.
See, I don't know yet because I can't feel...
The love tonight?
I can't feel Ben Affleck being a good Batman at the moment. Because, as you said...
Nah.
Daredevil.
Man, Braden literally made the sound that came out of my eyes just then.
No, he's a probe. You got to remember, we got him because he's probe.
I'm just going off my opinion. Thank you very much. I just, Ben Affleck in Daredevil. I have that tainted memory. So it's a shit movie. So I don't have faith in. Daredevil is a shit movie.
Why is Daredevil a shit movie?
How is it not a shit movie?
Have you seen the director's cut?
Why? I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying why.
Well, I think Braden's got Dr. Phil on him.
Is it because of Ben Affleck?
It's because of Ben Affleck. It's because of Elektra.
I'll agree with that, Elektra.
Elektra was shit. Like, her little fucking training season of, slashing some sandbags and, ooh, look at me, I'm tough now. And fucking Ben Affleck fucking...
I'd still read it.
Yeah, but Rudy...
See, I mean, I'll agree with Probie on the fact that I didn't enjoy Daredevil at all.
I didn't enjoy it one bit.
I didn't enjoy it. I haven't seen the director's cut.
I haven't seen the director's cut, and I haven't read the comics. I know Daredevil is badass in the comics because I've been told that when I was growing up.
Wait till you see the Netflix series.
Fine. You'll come.
No, that's...
I know, I'm saying, when you're saying... No, I know, I agree with you. I'm just saying, when you see, you want to see badass, wait till you see the Netflix series, then you'll understand that.
I'm keen for that. I was just merely pointing on the fact that I have a tainted memory of Ben Affleck being in shit movies.
Yeah, that's fair. He did
Paycheck.
do a couple,
Paycheck was shit. Paycheck was shit. Daredevil was shit.
What was the other one? Bounce?
Bounce was shit. I honestly hated fucking...
I haven't seen...
Jago or Jargo or some whatever it is.
Argo.
Fucking hated Argo.
Seen Girl Gone? Or Gone Girl?
No, actually.
No.
Okay, he's really good in that. Have you seen Mallrats?
Yes.
Really good in that. Have you seen Chasing Amy?
Yes.
It's really good in that.
So that's 2.
Have you seen...
Silent Bob?
Oh, that's it. I'm going to IMDb. Fucking have this.
While we're talking about bloody Kevin Smith
I'm
movies.
just merely voicing my opinion.
No, if we're going to have this, we'll get into it. No, we're now going to prove why Probie is just the dumbest man on the planet for his think that Affleck is not in good films. First of all, let's go Good Will Hunting right off the bat.
Yeah, there you go. There's one.
Okay, so let's do a tally. Terry,
yeah?
You're on keeping tally here for crap compared to good. So we'll go down and we'll start at the bottom, work our way up. Okay, start from when we actually know some stuff.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Basketball player number 10 uncredited. Okay, Dazed and Confused.
Shit.
No, that's a good film. You're wrong. Man, you have shit taste in movies. That's what I'm discovering here. Okay, Mallrats.
Good.
Chasing Amy.
Good.
Good Will Hunting.
Good.
Phantoms. And if you say he was not the bomb in that, we will punch you.
I'm not even kidding.
Yo, Affleck, bomb in the Phantom.
Affleck, you was the bomb in Phantoms, yo.
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge it.
Okay.
Armageddon.
Shit.
It's a tough one.
That was a shit movie.
It's a tough one.
That was a shit movie.
Shakespeare in Love.
Haven't seen it.
That's a good film. He's good in it.
Yeah, he's good in it.
Surprisingly good in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forces of Nature.
Forces of Nature. Dogma.
Good.
It's good. Okay, Reindeer Games, I'll give you that one. Bounce. Okay, I'll give you that one. Pearl Harbor, good.
Good.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Good. Changing Lanes. Good. The Sum of All Fears. Good. Daredevil. Good. You're just wrong.
That's pending.
Now,
cut.
with that
Pending
said, trust me, director's cut is dope.
Pending. Well, I haven't seen director's cut, so I can't.
You're wrong then too. Geely, I'll give you that one. Although he's not the reason that's bad, but I will give you that one. Paycheck.
Shit.
Yep. Jersey Girl. Good. Surviving Christmas. Yeah, bad. Clerks 2. Good. Smoke.
Good.
No,
you know what? Your opinions are becoming more and more
Clerks
valid.
1. Clerks 2 is just a little bit
You're a little bit Smoking Aces. Good. He's just not that into you.
Shit.
Good. You're not allowed to talk anymore. The Town. Good. Argo.
Shit.
Good. Gone Girl. Good. Batman vs Superman. Dawn of Justice. Good. The Justice League Part 1. Good. The Justice League Part 2. Good.
Jimmy Kimmel, what?
Jimmy Kimmel. He was on Jimmy Kimmel, and you know what? I bet he was good.
Do you want to know why? Jimmy Kimmel actually has a song about him.
Let's give me the tally. What was the overall tally?
15-7.
15-7. So you're telling me that out of a third of his films, you're calling him crap, where if I brought up Morgan Freeman's thing, we'd be able to do the exact same thing, or Sean Connery's, or Michael Caine's.
Don't you fucking swear at me like that.
Sean Connery, you want to fuck with Sean Connery's?
Yeah.
Well, hi, Sean Connery has some turkeys in his.
Yes,
it's okay,
I agree.
But he is Sean Connery.
Bat Affleck. So the things we've learned tonight is that Ben Affleck makes 2/3 of the time makes great films, and Probie has the worst taste in movies ever.
Are we judging their performance or the movie?
Both.
I'm
if you're
just
the
judging
lead,
the
if you're the lead in the movie,
yes,
it's your job to carry that movie. A good lead can make a shit film good. If you're a minor character, I'm judging you on. So, for instance, Shakespeare in Love, I'm judging his performance in that because he's in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's on Ray Fiennes and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, because he's the
buddy.
Yeah, he's the buddy. Yeah.
He's Ray Fiennes' buddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Whereas, say, Gone Girl, that is his film. Argo, that is his film.
Argo is where they pretended to be news reporters when he got hostages out.
Yep, that was the one. His directing as well. The Town was another one he directed, and that he's really great in.
Yeah,
that was the one that has to do with the heist, where they're dressed as nuns and
yeah.
But basically, Ben Affleck's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's decent.
Is what I'm taking away from this. And one of those is Armageddon, which you have to kind of be like, it's bad, but it's also awesome.
He does well in it, but it's not a great movie.
It's not a great. It is and it isn't. It's a Michael Bay. I look at it like Bad Boys, where it's a good movie, but at the same time,
come on,
it's not a good movie.
Bruce Willis was in it, and like,
see,
that's still a shit movie.
And Aerosmith.
Michael Clark Duncan was in it.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi was. In fact, you know what? You need to stop talking. Steve Buscemi was
movie. You had all this great, good cast and stuff.
Why was it a shit film?
Okay,
you're wrong.
Fuck you, Terry. It was shit because fucking landing a fucking thing on an asteroid.
So hold on. You're arguing physics. Your argument is physics. Physics.
Shut up.
Physics.
You want my opinion, yet you fucking interrupt me. Fuck you.
Physics.
Eat shit.
Physics.
Go in a hole.
I hate you in a hole. And on that note, as we've ramped out the Probie once again and proven, I think, once and for all, that Ben Affleck is a solid actor who remembered well beyond his time. And also when we get to, I cannot wait to get to the Marvel Monthly where we get to Daredevil, so he has to eat poop. And I can't wait until...
Humble pie.
I can't actually wait until, if I'm right, next week.
Is it the
last month?
I believe we are on our Menzies next week.
So next week we'll be on our Menzies when we get Daredevil in the Incredible Hulk, and then he is definitely going to be like, holy shit, Ben Affleck was the greatest thing I've ever seen as Daredevil. What just happened?
Until we get to Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we get to
Netflix, he's pretty solid.
That man? Charlie Cox is.
Charlie Cox is a damn
Charlie
good
Cox takes it to another level.
I do like how they got one of the guys from Mighty Ducks to play Foggy.
Yeah. One of the Bash brothers. Yeah. Fulton, I believe it was.
Yeah, it's Fulton.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Fulton Reed.
Fulton Reed. That's
Question my Mighty Ducks. I loved me the Ducks. Ducks fly together. When the roosters are crowing and the cows are spinning circle in the pastures, ducks fly together. That was Mighty Ducks too. Some trivia for you.
But I don't want to wait.
Joshua Jackson was in those. So, I think you're right. I think what those films ultimately told me was that when it comes to ice hockey, Pacey doesn't want to wait for his life to be over. He wants to know right now, which duck will he be? He doesn't want to wait for his life to be over. He wants to score that goal and then go make out with Jenny.
This has got to be on the sound.
On the soundtrack?
No. Probie, your soundboard. You got to have this song.
Do you have the Dawson's Creek theme?
No, I've got the Just Us ringtone, which does have the back.
We've dejected the Probie really hard again this week.
It takes him a week to recover, that's the thing.
He always comes back so bright-eyed and spirited, and we just destroy him in 2 hours systematically. It's great. It's entertaining radio. I enjoy it. I listen to it back when I'm feeling blue. And I'm like, good one past Adam. Fuck that Probie. What a knob. You know what's really funny? The other day, this is no lie, I was listening to my iPod, and I was just skipping through songs, and fucking Nickelback came on, and I started laughing so hard because I'm like, all I could picture was Matt, like, wiring up wires, and like, one day he's just in somebody's roof singing, and somebody was like, this guy's got the voice of an angel, and called him down, was like, have you ever thought about singing? And he was like, not right now. And so they still put him in, and eventually he went on to become Chad Kroeger, so now in my head, all I see is you singing these songs where you're like, cabling, talking about the glory days. And I have a secret theory. You know how they talk about how in the Beatles, Paul died and he got replaced with a lookalike? I reckon all that talk about Chad Kroeger having surgery to change his face, you just left the band and they got some other bloke in and were like, yeah, it's Chad Kroeger. He just changed his face. But you're the Rory Reed Bellows of Nickelback.
I've got nothing. I don't have...
I will look here. On that note, I think I'll bring us to the end of this episode. Now, I'll take us out on a bit of fun to go with. So, on behalf of, I'll put on in the background, just a bit of background music to help us go out. So here we go.
Fuck off! Oh my god!
And that wraps it up for another week here from the Batcave. On behalf of myself, Red Thunder, Adam Gerard, the Honey Badger, Terry O'Neill.
See you guys.
The Dad Knight, Brayden Ahern.
Yahtzee!
and the Chad Probie, Matt Richards.
Fucking not Chad Probie, but fuck off. See you later.
We'll see you next time.
Most of the time I better things to do. Criminal record says I'm broken twice. I must have done it half a dozen times.
And who are you?
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I'm surprised you're still here.
Yes, I'm Batman. Telegram.
I am Batman.
Even push the microphone.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
I like it.
so
He's sitting in the corner with his arms crossed.
No, he's beyond arm cross. He's just sad.
You've never seen Matt next to Adam. Like, you know how Adam's like 5'9".
Yeah.
All right.
Matt's like 6'4", and not small. He's a big dude. I'm just like,
which means he'll just hit the ground harder when I kick his ass eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, bring it on.
He hasn't given me a reason to yet. To unleash the thunder.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
You know what you kind of remind me of, Adam? The guy on...
Do I remind you of how you used to... Oh, fuck, I've forgotten the line of the song. Anyway, yeah, who?
The guy... actually, I should say you and Matt. The guy from Game of Thrones, and he gets the Greyjoy guy and makes himself call him Reek.
Okay. I don't watch Game of Thrones. Is that a compliment?
Right, okay. Hey, is it a problem?
Is it a compliment?
Is it a compliment? No, it's just he abuses this guy to mold him in the way he wants him a lot.
I like his style.
He also cuts his dick off.
His own dick or the other guy's dick?
No, the other guy's dick.
Oh, that's okay. I really like your style then. I think we know what's coming next week on From the Batcave.
This has been a Cabana production.
All right, now that we're officially off air, I'm going to play a song here from Probie's.
The funny thing is you're still recording.
From Probie's favourite
He's still
playlist.
recording.
I'm not recording. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're
from
still recording.
Probie's favourite playlist ever, and here it is. This is his favourite song of all time.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. Tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick aside without a sense of feeling. And this is how you remind
And we're done. Gotham is in great danger when government... Fuck, I fucked it up already. At least now I have the bumper for this week. I didn't have one until now. Good.